How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Let's try this again. Hopefully everybody is having a good one, boys. Yo, we got the video up and running. We got the stream up and going. Sorry for the weird shit. I'm gonna try to be on top of things. Dude, I've been waking up super fucking late. I actually just gotta get to bed early, and I gotta get my ass early. My alarm clock doesn't work. Is there anything I can do to make it actually... For some reason, my phone, when it's plugged into the charger... Also, look at the thing. It's falling apart, right? At least the case is. The phone is doing fine. I gotta get something new for the case, dude. But... whatever it's plugged into the charger, it does not go off. That or I'm fucking deaf when I go to sleep. Boys, we're already an hour in. We gotta get some motherfucking duels going. We are gonna extend the stream just to make sure everybody gets their duels done. How's everybody doing? Hope you guys are having a fucking beautiful one, boys. Let's get the music back up and running, yeah? Alrighty, boys. Steve Ark already said he's got a 5-man group. That's perfect. I need a second 5-man group for the day, boys, to get ourselves duels going. Greg keeping them up at night, dude. Come on. Come on. Get out of here. Putting me on blast like that. Putting me on spot like that. Please, no DHs. Ark, I will try to do my very, very best to make sure there's no DHs. But it's probably not going to happen. Steve Ark with a 5. Does Boris have a 5? Beautiful. Yo, Warcraft making a group. If you guys want to join an alliance, we got Warcraft with a group. If you guys want to join any of the groups, pre-made group, player versus player, pre-made group, custom PvP, find a group type 5, enter Warcraft on alliance, waiting to get some boys in here to join in. Anybody and everybody on NA is welcome. Let's get Seavark and Boris going though. You guys just join up. Add me on Real ID, Dalaran hashtag 1240. Boris. And Seavark 5. Let's go. Dude, Seavark was the fucking MVP of last week, dude. Came in, blazing it up with some Fire Mage, blazing it up with some Arcane, dude. Just fucking shimmering some Volt strategy over there. And he just sent me a message just now, and I just didn't even see it. I'm so sorry, Seavark. I'll look at it in a second. Switch. What do we got in the views today? We got us a Team Seavark opening up on Team Mage. I can't even tell. Are you going Arcane? Is that Arcane? Look at Arcane. We're going to see what kind of bubble you get yourself. Is it look at Arcane? Look at a shield. Hello? Shield? Shield? Anytime? Arcane. We got ourselves J Rabbit in here playing out as a survival hunter. We got Lupus playing what either BM or a marksman. Peachy in the back is a good old Feral, and Shadow on that Demon Hunter with a Pepe. How do you get the Pepe? Do you have to go to the order hall for Demon Hunters and get that? On Team Blue, we're missing one guy, but hopefully they get a fifth. We got ourselves Astride. I guess so. Demoniac in the back. I faced into you in Arena the other day, by the way. Karma, GG, Port, and Pedro. Hopefully Team Blue gets their fifth in, but we are going to have ourselves the duel. Seavark, I'll read your message in just a little. I think the timer should start anytime. The gates are open, and it's going to be, I think Team Blue is trying to figure out who's going to be first to go next. It looks like everybody's going up all the same time. Pedro and everybody. Okay, we're good. Are we good? Okay. It looked like the whole anime team was right now for a second, but it's going to be J Rabbit as a survival hunter versus a feral. As per usual, guys, be out of stealth unless you're dueling. Mage buff, priest buff, warrior buff, warlock hellstones are allowed to be shared. However, the pally buffs, keep them to yourselves, boys. Keep them to yourselves. It looks like Pedro is gonna go with a turtle strategist hanging out in the corner until the eyes are up. He's just trying to avoid J Rabbit completely. If only there was a stream that J Rabbit could tune into to see exactly what Pedro is at. And Vexatic is gonna be man that's a fifth on Team Blue. So now we have ourselves a full set of boys. Pedro still hugging that corner. He's just going to play it super safe. Is he actually going to wait until the eyes are up and running? J Rabbit is just, again, playing it super safe. Is able to get himself quite a bit of extra add up with that Crucible Flame. Is going to have rank 2, maybe even rank 3 as a very first blast. So he'll have himself a little bit of damage in the opener. It looks like he's just going to go for a little bit of dance, trying to lure Pedro out. And Pedro is just a horn dog. Look at this guy. He sees a female night elf out in the open all by lonesome. Actually avoiding the trap completely. So for J Rabbit, it's going to be quite bad. Is able to remove the manic bandages with the bleeds with the manic bandage. Tricky coming up for Pedro off the pet stun, however. And Pedro still trying to build up combo points to get a setup onto J Rabbit. Actually might walk into the freezing trap. Almost walked into it. Gonna be a Maledict stacking up into J Rabbit. Might go for a turtle shot. Pedro walking into the freezing trap, which is perfect for this hunter. Allows him to get acceleration in order to get a little bit of heal. Should probably get a dot rolling into Pedro before he catches himself. Actually, Pedro goes for a Superman instead of going for a prowl. The trap is up and running. He does avoid the trap completely. J Rabbit trying to get himself as much defense as possible. That's gonna be mobility trying to come out for the hunter. Trying to outrun the feral completely. heal. Very low on health. Sage the chicken down for the count. Has himself a crucible rolling, but actually be down for here, and that's going to be a big old bite out of Pedro. J Rabbit did have turtle, did not use it or use turtle early. I did not register on the UI, but by the UI itself, it looks like turtle was not used. That would have been a perfect time to turtle. Wait it up a little bit, get yourself a little bit extra healing, maybe turtle and go for full manic bandages just to recover. Get a stun onto Pedro, reverse it, but that's going to be a Pharaoh's Bite out as a first win of the day. Going to be 2 minutes in actually. I don't know why I read it 7. That's going to be a Worgen Hunter. Lupus from Moonguard, setting the pet out, trying to get the pet beefed up. Is going to get the pet going onto Pedro, doing a bit of damage, but needs that line of sight to get majority of the damage going. Is he playing for the double pet playstyle? You got a, well, you actually got like a white crow and a dark crow together. That's actually pretty cool. That's like such a cool combination of pets. I actually accidentally picking up eyes. So Lupus is going to take 5% more damage. Going to get a Soto to Pedro, who's going to be out of form for a second. Crows all over him. Crows as a dog, but also crows just pecking his eyes out. Actual pets. Mally rolling onto Pedro as well. He's going to wall this for a little bit. Got himself renewal if needed. No more walls available. Big old bash, big old bite onto Lupus. Huge damage out of nowhere. And Pedro is just tearing this Hunters apart back to back. That's going to be Lupus actually using one of the essences for mobility. Pedro saving chicken rocking out right now. Has a chicken needed. A big bite onto Lupus. Actually, Lupus might be going down here. Couple shreds are needed, and Pedro does come out on top. These Hunters got nothing on the Feral, but that is going to be Shadow up next as a Demon Hunter does see where Pedro is at. Is going to be able to maybe hit him with a glaive. Does have Spectral Sight rolling. Is going to nail Pedro with a glaive, but it's not going to be a slow glaive. Regrowth coming out for Pedro. Trying to get himself a bit of a reset. Shadow needs to strike one to iron his hub, but Pedro still finds himself an opener, which is going to give him such an advantage with bleeds over to the Demon Hunter, interrupting him on the eye beam. And Shadow does have Metamorphosis up and running. Is going to be able to get himself quite a bit of healing, but as you can see, the dodge, the bleeds are quite huge. With a Maledict rolling onto Shadow, actually going to cycle on him instead, trying to see if he can force the trinket out of the Demon Hunter. But that's going to be a kind of a wasted Maledict, though, in the opener. So that was a little bit unfortunate for Pedro. Still, Shadow is behind on health, going in for a full Metamorphosis. Finally, the Demon Hunter has opportunity to get himself quite a bit of value going. Stun onto Pedro does land, and that's going to be quite a bit of damage, dropping the Feral quite a bit of health. Actually, big Annihilants coming out back to back. With a Crucible to follow, Pedro is a bit on the ropes right now. Huge shield coming out with a renewal. Probably a Swiftman to follow with that as well. Trying to see if he can maybe catch himself a reset. If it was only in that, if he'd be able to catch a proper reset onto Shadow. Needs to build up some call points and land a route to separate these two away from one another. Pedro needs to get away from the Demon Hunter right now. Warstorm coming out with a Cyclone. Maybe no trinket available for Shadow, actually. That's perfect setup for Pedro. The Cyclone does pay off, but he's not out of the woods yet. The Demon Hunter has Spectral Sight immediately, even before Pedro caught himself Prowl, getting tagged by a glaive immediately. And Pedro's still on a run. 5 minutes in, dampening is going to start kicking in. Better start getting all your heals right now. Shadow can actually remove some of those heals, but he cannot find the Feral. And Pedro going to get himself just a little bit of heal, just enough to get going into some bleeds under Shadow with a double Crucible to follow. He's just getting offensive. That's going to be eye beam up for Shadow. That's some Metamorphosis, but the root does separate these two. The Crucible does quite a bit of damage, dropping Pedro quite low, with an Imprison to follow, just to make sure Pedro doesn't go anywhere, with a stun right after, and that's going to be even more damage. Bash into Shadow. Does Pedro go to maybe recover, maybe peel away from the Demon Hunter, or is he going to stay in? Does not recover, does not peel away where he probably should have. And that's going to be one of the biggest mistakes he's ever done. Darkness coming down for Shadow immediately as Touch of Death approaches. The Touch of Death last. No, Shadow actually flying out of his own darkness. Gonna get tagged with a Touch of Death. It doesn't do that much damage, so maybe probably would have been a better idea just to stay in darkness to have a chance to avoid damage completely. Because not only avoiding the damage from Fist of Furies and all these other abilities, but you might have actually been able to absorb that Touch of Death all the way into darkness. But that was a ballsy move. It did pay off. He got himself quite a bit of healing there in the opener. And Karma GG port, after rolling a Mally onto Shadow, not going to be able to capitalize on that Mallet. It got himself a bit of a defense against magic with Diffuse. Has Karma, has Wall if anything. And Shadow is completely out of cooldowns right now. Is going to get an Imprison to Karma. Looks like Karma has a bit of a lag. Striker coming down for Karma, but that's going to be stunned. And I-Beam by Shadow is going to get himself a little bit more damage onto Karma GG port. Looking like Karma might need to come out of Karma right here. And that's going to be it. Karma coming out of Karma. Shadow just needs to live this long enough. Karma decided, you know what? Maybe I can go behind the pillar, catch myself a little bit of reset, catches the Shadow in Incap with a leg sweep, Fist of Fury, gets him quite low, but Karma is now a little bit exposed right here, might need to go for a bit of healing, actually gonna roll pull away for a second. Shadow going up in the air. Not the best time. Gonna be some freebie heals out of Karma GG port while Shadow is in the air. Does not have any enemy to barrage from above. And the monk is going to get himself quite a bit of recovery. He's making sure to use Expel Harm, I believe is the talent called. Reverse Harm, maybe. It had a couple names throughout expansions, but he's going to use Reverse. Is Expel Reverse? I want to say Expel Harm. Can we go with Expel Harm? It might be reverse, but you guys know what I mean. But that's going to be Expel Harm, getting him quite a bit of health, 8% of his health. It is dampening, 50% is going to be down below. And actually, Karma GeForce caught without any cooldowns, with his pants down, trying to see if he can roll out of that situation. Shadow is right in the tail. Giant Kick is going to pay off. Incap to follow. Does he have a stun to follow up? He does not. Trying to see if he can use Tiger's Lust just to give that a little bit extra mobility to get away from the Demon Hunter. And he's almost found perfect line of sight. Wall coming, no, diffuse magic coming out instead. Trying to reduce the magic damage. Stun coming out. That's going to be the end to the monk. Shadow taking out the monk after getting such a huge opener on the guy. And even after Shadow messed up with darkness just by a hair, it still worked out. Demoniac is going to be up next. I believe this guy plays Relentless though. So as Assassination Rogue, he literally plays Relentless Trinket. He is relentless. He doesn't want to take any CC. Gonna be actually freebie damage out of Shadow. He does hit him with a mallet. Gonna be Cloak of Shadows for Demoniac. Waiting for Shadow down below. That's gonna have a Mark for Earth ready for the guy's stun to follow. Doesn't even need Vendetta. He just needs a little bit extra damage. Maledict is down. Shadow, if he's sick and somehow, I don't know how, but if he can somehow recover. Metamorphosis coming out. He might be able to recover quite a bit of health. Evasion coming out for Demoniac immediately. Shadow step into Shadow to get that Envenom. Shadow is gonna use the Crucible to self-heal. I-Beam right after with a Blade Dance to follow, trying to get as much damage into Demoniac. Oh, but that Crucible is going to be a 3-stack Crucible just to yop him right in the head. Now, this is going to be advantage for Demoniac before Seavark is able to get a tag on him, but it looks like Seavark is going to give him a bit of an honor duel. Demoniac could come out and at least give him a bit of a bow. He's going to sap him. And it looks like they're just going to get Barra back into it. 8 minutes in, almost 9 minutes, boys. 24% dampening. We got a Garrote opener for Demoniac. Get a nice Poison Bomb proc with a Kidney Shot. Is actually going to dispel Seavark's shield. That's actually a very good play. That's going to be some freebie damage into Seavark with a Crucible right after. He does get a Temporal, but the Temporal to those dots isn't going to be huge in value. He does get a tag with another Tempest onto Demoniac, though, so that's going to be quite a huge dot rolling on him, or at least a pretty decent dot. That's huge for Arcane, however, to make sure the Rogue does not catch Stealth. Huge blink for Seavark, even stripping more buffs out of Demoniac, making sure the Nether Tempest is continuing to roll on the guy. Some more bomb coming up for Demoniac, trying his best to catch himself a full reset. And it looks like he might have gotten a poison or two onto Seavark. The Arcane Orb does not connect, but Shadow Step coming out for Demoniac. Gonna be a blink for Seavark, does so sprint, but getting caught in the root. He did use his one mobility ability. That's gonna be a Polymorph for Seavark. He might be able to get himself a good setup. Demoniac somehow kept himself out of the Polymorph. That's going to be a dot coming out for Seavark. One of the trinkets is going to be Rod Cross Trinket from Underrod, which is apparently really good for mages. It's going to get us slow into Demoniac. Trying to get him out of the pillar, trying to coax him out of there, is going to send him away with some arcane missiles gently flying at him. But that's about all we can do right now. He's going to send an Arcane Orb. Kidney Shot coming down onto Seavark. He is choosing to Trinket with a bit of a heal with Temporal. Demoniac might have a Shadow Step for this. He's trying to maintain the dots on Seavark. Is going to have a Cloak of Shadows. Big blink coming out for Seavark. Is going to go with Invis for a second, but that Envenom to follow. It's going to be Maledict on Seavark. Might have to Ice Block this. It's going to knock up Demoniac for a second. Try to slow him down. Having to go for an Ice Block, as Demoniac really does have him on the ropes. Demoniac still holding on to Shadow Step if things ever really go bad. So it's been really difficult for Seavark to deal with this rogue. He does need to max range him like he's doing right now. Demoniac is going to Shadow Step. Another Kidney Shot onto Seavark. Just going to have to take that damage from the rogue. Being Assassination, they do quite a bit of damage, but Demoniac is going to peel away to try to catch himself a reset. And with this arena setup, it might be very difficult for Seavark to find a way around this, because for Demoniac, this is the perfect arena. The amount of line of sight there is, and the amount of distance Seavark can get away from Demoniac is just, there's only limited. The only time you can really get maximum difference is, let's say, Seavark goes to one side of the pillar while Demoniac is in the other. But this right here, this elevation is enough for Demoniac to Shadow Step from almost every angle. And so it really just allows him to play the angles as he wants to. And now he can get offensive. Shadow Step, Kidney Shot onto Seavark. The more Kidney Shots he can land, the better. That's full common points. Had common points from before where he could use a Mark for Death for either a Rupture, full long duration Rupture, or even an Envenom. Seavark trying again to deal as much damage from Demoniac with double blinks. And Demoniac is waiting for yet another kidney. Root onto Demoniac. He is trying to strip him of every buff. Maybe any Crucibles that might be able to give him a heal. Blind onto Seavark as he's popping cooldowns, however. And Seavark is still down on CDs for a bit. 30 seconds until he has a trinket back up. He did not get himself a shield right in between of that kidney shot, though. I think he tried to get a dot on Demonic, making sure he doesn't reset. That's going to be marked for death. Try to get a Crucible heal, but I think that might be it. The dots are quite huge for Demonic. He does get himself a shield rolling. And he's trying to see maybe he can attack Demonic with a dot or two. Seavark has a trinket coming up very, very soon. Demonic trying to make sure he get a Crucible in as much damage as possible. He actually just might commit damage on the Seavark. He just needs a couple more of those poison knives in there just to reduce any healing Seavark gets as he's trying to go for a bit of every defense and try to see if he can recover in any way possible. Barely any health left. He doesn't have anything at all. Does get himself Crucible self-heal. Demonic has a Shadow Step available. Seavark does trick it out of it. May be able to get Nova onto Demonic. He does have Cloak of Shadows if things go bad. Sending him Malik onto Seavark. Cloak of Shadows, nothing you can do unless you have Ice Block. This is it. Does get himself an Invis for a second, but I think it's going to be game over. Demonic with barely any health, played it to the very bitter end. Played both played super well. That was very well played by the both of them. Demonic had to play the long, had to play the slow game, had to play the kidney shot game, which some of you guys don't enjoy. I do understand, but he had to play the long, slow game. Seavark did the very best he could. I feel like in just about any arena setup, he might have been able to get that much more range away from Demonic, but some of these pillars in the underside and then having the upper, lower elevation, it just allows Demonic just to play around that, what, 24, 25 yard range on that Shadow Step. So as long as he's within that 25 yard mark, which is very easy in this arena, even down below, up above, look at that. Shadow Step onto Peachy, gets himself a sap. Peachy is out in cat form. Demonic is going to be able to get that opener. Has evasion, has a cloak, does not have a Cloak of Shadows, has a trinket, has a vanish, and he can go for full vendetta. It's going to be full vendetta out of onto Peachy. Peachy trinket out of the kidney shot. It's going to be evasion for Demonic. Peachy might have to tank this up a little bit. 51% damage is going to be quite huge. Demonic is just going to use as much damage during this vendetta while he's got it. Peachy without a trinket can actually be very susceptible to a blind. Demonic tried to use his health pool as much as possible to stay onto Peachy as best as he can. Did have a Mally rolling on him, and that Mally should dissipate in just a second, but that's going to be that perfect reset for Demoniac. He has to be playing Relentless because he hasn't triggered anything. But I like it. It's playing to the very bitter end. Mark for death, kidney shot onto Peachy. If he can somehow survive Peachy's onslaught after this, he might stand a chance. He's going to vanish out before any dots come on him. That's going to be Peachy catch himself a little bit of a self-heal, get himself a regrow, Swift Man, but at 55% dampening, it's going to be quite rough. And Peachy knows that Demonic is going to have the opener every single time. Demonic, though, is very down on cooldowns. Get an actual swipe down, so Demonic might have put himself in a bad spot here. Does get a stun onto Peachy with a Garrote. Shadow Step into Peachy, Smoke Bomb to follow, trying to maintain the dots on Peachy. But it's a good thing that he doesn't have any dots himself. Maladic onto Peachy actually forces that pressure. Peachy won't be able to heal a lot. Yeah, that's going to be a Cloak of Shadows for Demonic in case Moonfires comes out. Building up calm points, might be able to get himself a kidney shot onto Peachy. That next kidney shot could be the end. That was actually safety trinket that got burned through. But Demonic tried to stay next to Peachy at all times. That's going to be a pre-wall by Peachy. Demonic get himself a bit of a, I believe an Envenom there. Maybe dots. I think dots or Rupture would have been better. But that was one kidney shot. Peachy, no safety trinket, normal walls, no more anything. All he can do is heal, and if Demonic can just maintain those poisons on him, that'll be tough. Peachy actually catch a restyle, but not able to get the stun opener. Cheap shot by Demoniac. No chicken for Peachy available. Is that going to be a stun? Crucible to follow. Does get a rune on Demoniac. Demoniac is just a monster in these duels, man. Peachy is just on the ropes the whole time, trying to maintain their self-healing, and Demoniac is just not trying to let him get any kind of reset. And looks like Peachy finally caught himself that one reset he needed. Phantom Knives is going to be his biggest threat. Mark for death, the turnaround trinket for Peachy. If he did not have a trinket, that would have been the game right here, and Vexadic is not going to let Peachy out of that one easily, even Bear Form and everything. While up and running, I don't think Vex is going to let him out. He's actually just going to meme beam him. He actually just meme beamed him. Oh my goodness. Demoniac, what is that? That was incredible, dude. He played to the very bitter end. That is so good. I love a rogue that does not panic when their health gets low. They just use it as a resource, right? Energy is a resource, health is a resource. I might as well use the both of them, right? We have 5 again, perfect, worthless. Let's get another group going, yeah? Let's get an instant group going. I believe we gotta get Seavark another chance, man. We gotta get Seavark's team a chance to redeem themselves. So we gotta put them against Wartherus. Because Seavark had, his team had a little bit of a tough one versus Boris, and we'll get Boris right after. Boris, you're more than welcome to either keep everybody or swap out people that did get to play. Crap, I left group, let me rejoin. It's fine. Seavark, perf. If you got a group really easy, we can go again. Group is dead now, gotta reform it. That's fine. We got Boris in there instead. Thank you so much for making the group, Seavark. I appreciate it, my man. We got Boris versus Wartherus. Wartherus, right? Is that it? I think I got it right. Your game information has been declined. The paladin is prot. Can you go last? Wait, you got a paladin that's a protection? Worthless. Ask him to play red. If he doesn't want to switch, have him go last. I don't know what's going on. Why would you have a prot pala? Who is the prot pala? Read my other messages. I actually don't... I made a decision to... I'm remaining as Arcane now. Arena-wise, I don't feel accomplished winning arenas, but I have been playing sub-Arcane disc and having a blast. We are climbing. One full mixing in 2K and 3s because I didn't enjoy anything but sub-fire disc, and I swapped Arcane almost super... Dude, that's it, man. Seawork, you just gotta play the spec that you enjoy the most, man. That's all it's all about, my man. Only me and Pedro played? Alright, Boris, I'll get you in, and we get Worthos back in here too, yeah? Bam. Hopefully it works. Yes, beautiful. Perfect. Yo, Seavark, play the spec that you enjoy, man. In the end, like, I know if you want to climb arena, that's cool and all. But, like, if you are just having fun with friends and you're having fun playing the game, I feel like that's much more valuable. Like, it's like Mythic Pluses. I could, as a rogue, be doing Mythic Pluses with random pugs that are, like, super high on radar IO score, right? I could be doing it super high up radar IO score, but I don't. I do it with my friends. You know what I mean? I think it's a bug. Yeah, Boris, I got you. Worthorus. Your name is a little bit tough to spell. Me and Body Synergy too. There you go, my dude. There you go. Me and Spark got some Outlaw Arcane games done. We have some synergy there. You and Sub? Yeah, dude, that's easy synergy right there, man. Dude, just do what you enjoy in the end. You know what I mean? It's a lot more enjoyable when you do what you like. You know what I mean? It looks like you actually do have a prop warrior. Okay, prop paladin is gonna go last. How does that sound, boys? I don't know why Worthos has a prot pally. Vices, I guess, wanted to go prot. We'll have him go last because dampening. Because otherwise this man is never going to die. How does that sound? Although watching Arcane has always been the most fun. Dude, it's actually pretty fun to play with. Like, Outlaw doesn't really bring along to a team, but Sparticle, oh, Spart as Arcane with whatever I do as Outlaw, it actually works out just by a hair. By a hair. Who needs Assassination and Fire Mage, man? We can just play a spec that you enjoy. I think it's a lot more enjoyable. Playing what you like, playing with your friends. And then playing what you like, playing with your friends, and doing fairly well. That's all it's about, man. That's all the game is about. I saw a player. I saw you there, my man. Keep your group ready. We'll have you going right up next, alright? I got you, player. I got you. Alrighty, boys. Switch. So we got ourselves a weird team for the YouTube side. We do have a Protection Paladin. But I don't know how we got a Protection Paladin, but he's going to go last. Just to make sure for dampening. Right? So... Again, I didn't mean to, boys. I told Worthos, like, hey, could you ask the guy if he wants to go red? He didn't go red, so it's going to be Worthos as a hip shaman first versus Pedro Liz. Gotta go from Goldrin. Worthos actually taking quite a bit of damage in the opener, and Worthos, I believe, is still playing rank 3 Blood of the Enemy, taking huge bleed damage in the opener. Going to go for that Ascendance. Pedro popping in a wall right now, trying to see if he can just take up this damage. Huge thunder coming out. Zapparas does not really have a lot of defenses left. Walling up, Maledic rolling on the guy, does have himself Sacred Trick and proccing it, but Pedro actually damage is turning around. The guy in that Ascendant Shaman is actually running out of steam, trying to get as much damage in. Pedro does take him out in the end. That is so unfortunate for Zapathoris. That is so unfortunate. How it comes down for enhancement shamans. He tried his Blood of the Enemy strat, dude. Dude, they need to make shamans tankier. I think you have to play like tank trick as the shaman enhancement if you want to have any viability, man. That's just so unfair. That feels so unfair, man. That feels dirty. But that's gonna be Worthos team with Shanks. We also got Marco, as we saw, Vices, and we got Kent DPS in here. We'll see how well he can do DPS. He's Outlaw too, actually. On Pedro's team, we got a Vexatic. We got ourselves Coverage Report, Demoniac hanging in the back, as well as Astri. I want to call you Astri, I guess. We'll do it the easy way, yeah? Pedro took one win at the very start. It wasn't a hit with Shaman. Very unfortunate. I feel like this is where Zap needs to go and maybe Trinket the opener by the Feral and hit him with a Panda Racial. Then maybe hit him with a stun and then do some damage. Maybe see if you can force a Trinket out of the guy or something. You know what I mean? I think you have to do something different. You have to not let the Feral get the bleeds up and running. I think that's the only way to beat him. Is to make sure not to let him get the bleeds. I think next time might be the way to do it, but the enhancement shamans doesn't have it easy. It's gonna be an opener by Kent DPS. Roll themselves a decent buff for energy, but not the most amount of damage. Huge damage onto Kent DPS though. That Thorn's actually just shredding him in the opener. He barely took a hit. And I think it was double Crucible, maybe out of the Druid. Try to see if he can get a cheap shot. Still Thorns are up and oh my goodness. What? What's up, guy? Guy, did you see what happened to Kent DPS? That dude got murked. What? Did he have no health? Did he have no gear? Is he like literally fresh 120? He was wearing like some... Look, if you look at his shoulders, he is wearing like some leveling shoulders and leveling chest. Was he literally fresh 120? Oh my god. Wait, I don't think that's transmog gear. I think it's his actual gear. I think it's a quest item. Oh my god. He got murked. Pedro just popped thorns and the man melted. Marco, I think, is going to be up. Nope, not Marco. It is going to be Shanks. And Shanks is just going to sit out here for a second. Just going to wait it out. We'll see if Shanks has himself easy time, man. But Pedro already got 2 kills on his belt. Did Zap dirty and now did Can DPS super dirty. What was that? Oh my god. Oh my goodness. That was insane. That rogue was like 54k life. Was it really? I didn't even see him. I thought it was open. I know, right? He opened up and then he was at 10%. I don't know what happened, but he got melted. Gonna be Pedro getting opened up on by Shanks. Hoping to maybe wait until the kidney shot comes out. Gonna be a trinket out of the bear bash with an asteroid beam onto Pedro. He trinkets to interrupt the asteroid beam. Shanks popping in evasion. That's gonna be a Maldic rolling into Pedro. He does have himself thorns. Cloaker shot is coming out for Shanks. And try to maintain the poison on Pedro as best as possible. It's going to shadow step to him. Sprint right after Pedro is actually a little bit on the ropes. Blind to follow. Does not have a trinket. If Shanks has any more damage from here on, he might stand a chance. But a meme beam? We haven't seen the meme beam in quite a while. That's an interesting opener. But it did force a trinket out of Pedro. So if Shanks still has Vendetta, he might actually stand a chance here. That's going to be a kidney shot. Does he go for Vendetta? That is going to be a full Vendetta. Perfect opportunity. Pedro has no defenses for this either. Is going to get himself Superman. Going to be a cheap shot into another Garrote to Pedro. He's actually out of options. Same chicken. Brock out right now. Shanks getting hit with a Maledic right here. Does not have a cloak shot as for this. Pedro getting a bash onto Shanks with a big bite reversal onto Shanks. Save to chicken brocking with thorns up and running. Shanks actually just has to wait out those thorns for a second. Otherwise, he's probably going to kill himself. Shadow step and that's still another bite out of Pedro. What is going on? He's just melting these rogues. He must be playing the Iron Jaws build where you maim or something. I don't know how his bites are so... What is going on? Looks like Marco is going to be up next from KT, dude. He's trying to see if he can maybe do a little bit of a run. Not going to let Pedro get an auto duel. Faked him out for a second, but did get him out of stealth. That's all he wanted. Want to make sure the Feral does not get in the opener. Stormbolt coming out right now as he's just obliterating him. Oh my god, the huge rampages. War Stomp, Cycle to fall. He might just shrink it out of it to land the execute. He does not. Pedro's still walking out of it. He's RP walking right now. He's still going to get executed. Oh my god, Marco did him super dirty after Pedro just completely... Oh my god, Pedro, after the damage you did to all these other dudes, I gotta take a shower. That's gotta be Karma G-Port up next. Karma is gonna be using the Rock Boy by the looks of it. Touch of Death right now onto Marco right now. Is he gonna pop a defensive for it? Trying to think to deny as much. Oh, he barely took a damage with a Touch of Death. Stormbolt onto Karma with a Karma to follow. Marco might have to go for an Rage Regen. He does have a Mally rolling on him right now. Try to see if he can slow Karma G-Port by a little bit. Is going to have to go for a little bit of self-heal. Needs to hit one of the images. No! He just got melted there. And last one left is Vices. A Protection Paladin, boys. We'll see if a Prot Paladin can do anything at all in this duel. He is going last, so the empathy is going to be quite high. But, you know, at least he's going to get a chance, right? No Karma available for Karma G-Port. Just kind of booping him around. Judgment's doing quite a bit of damage with Crucibles right after. Is Karma actually going to go down to a Prot? Wings are up. He actually scores himself a kill. Wait a second. Could Santa Claus be the man that the Team Blue needed? The man to come back from all the Hordes after he's going to pop wings himself. Trying to get quite a bit of a setup. Going to be a Hodge onto the Red Paladin. They're going to trick it out of it. That's going to be a defensive for Vices with a Dwarven Racial as well. Trying to keep it slow onto Astri as they do have a Shield of Vengeance. Going for the Crucibles back to back with quite hefty judgments. I feel like he's playing for a trait where the higher his health is over the enemy, the more damage his judgments do. So maybe he might be able to play it out to the full playstyle of a tank Paladin, forcing a bubble out of Astri through Seraphim. Wait, this man actually got some damage. What is going on? Is he going to be the man to win? Everybody with this high dampening at the end. Astri took quite a bit of damage. No wings for them for a bit. And Vices might have wings this time. It's a very interesting setup. As long as he maintains his health percentage higher than Astri, the Judgment should be able to do quite a bit of damage. And as you can see, he's actually doing quite a lot. The armor he gets for this is quite huge. Astri, however, does do holy damage, so that should go through armor fairly well. But another Hodge coming down, he gets those Hodges faster than the Red Paladin, bashing him with shield, throwing Judgments left and right. Does he have enough here? Astro might just have to go for a bop here. He's not actually even going to save him. Trying to get himself a self-heal here and there. Kind of backpedaling a little bit. I think he just completely outclassed. As Vice is trying to get as much holy damage into Astro. Sink into some of those judgments. Going to be a Hodge onto Santa Claus for a second. It looks like Christmas is not coming early here. If he goes down right now, he'll have to make sure he delivers the presents to all the good boys and girls. Get himself a nice little crown right now with shield. As Seraphim comes back and Vex, it looks like he's going to be up next. Just trying to trade judgments immediately in the opener. Trying to get the damage on the Vex with a Hodge to follow. He just Hodged the guy and now he has a second Hodge available. Wings are up and running for Vices. Does get a silence on the Vex. And actually this is going to force him down from not being able to cast a portion of his spells. Shield of End is coming up for Vex. Vices still got damage rolling right now. Vex, Shield of End is trying to see if he can maybe get a Shield of End with wings. And that's exactly what he's going to do. He got a wings up and running. Maybe the shield will pop. Vices giving himself bubble right now from the Guardian. What is it? The Guardian of Forgotten Queen. And he's just going to chase after Vex. He's just going to bubble all the damage. Another Hodge. Force the chicken out of Vex. That's 2 Hodges in like, what, 30 seconds or something? What is that? Vex getting Maladrook rolling into Vices. Safety chicken coming out of Vex. Does go for a meme beam. Getting interrupted on a meme beam immediately. Vices popping. I think Argent Defender is the ability called here. I'm not even sure. Vex having to bubble with the regenerating. And Vice is just going to have to go for a little bit of a self-heal. Flashlights are coming down. Will this Prop Pally actually come back? I've never seen Prop Pally doing any kind of damage prior. That's going to be wings for Vex. Does have the health advantage over Vices. So Vice is actually going to be behind on damage for a bit. But he got a Hodge out of nowhere, dude. He's pulling them out of his, out of his sack of gifts, man. He's got Hodges for Vex, dude. That's all he gets this Christmas. What is this, dude? 9 minutes and 24% dampening. Vice is not looking all that good. Booping Vex out of there, actually. Just booping him back and forth. Silence on a Vex for a second. Trying to turn this around. He is super low health on damage, but so is Vex. Vex does have Blessing of Protection if things ever go bad. Vice has normal bubble and Blessing of Protection as well if things also go bad. Dropping a Consecration on the guy. Trying to recover a little bit of heals while dampening is not super high. Shield of Vengeance is up for Vex, and Vices is going to send a couple of Crucibles in. Bubble coming out for Vices right now. Now this is actual real bubble. Bob coming out for Vex, trying to avoid as much damage as he can from the holy damage from Vices, dropping down Consecration on top of the guy. He's going to walk out of it. Not like it really does anything damage-wise. It really is a defensive for Vices more than anything. Wings are up and running for Vex, and Vices is just going to boop him into a Hodge right after, just trying to maintain himself in Consecration because it does give him a flat damage percentage decrease. I think it's like 9% damage, and Vex goes down to the Prot Pally God, not letting the Rogue restyle. Demonic getting a Garrote onto Vices. Vices, all he has is a Blessing of Protection if things really ever go bad. Mally rolling onto Vices right now. He's gonna have to start healing through it ASAP, but maybe he might be able to get some damage on Demoniac as well. Vices, actually, Sacred Chicken coming down right now, gonna be belled by Demoniac, and Vices might just have to Blessing of Protection here if possible. Hodge onto Demoniac. Bob coming out onto Vices, trying to maintain himself the best as he can. Flashlight coming out. Demonic trying to go for a blind, but the Blessing of Protection is there. Trying to chase out Demonic right now. Shadow Step and pass him into a Smoke Bomb. Vices looking to maybe catch himself a little bit of reset. Demonic trying to maintain the poison of Vices the best possible as Vice is trying to recover. Seraphim is up and running, has a lot of secondary resources, trying to keep a Consecration on the ground. Demonic, all he needs is maybe a Shadow Step interrupt onto Vices and he'll be good to go. Looks like the dots actually reflecting back from Vices as holy damage back to Demoniac. So the longer this game goes on, the worse he's gonna get. Sab does not sit long enough at all. Vice is dropping on Consecration before that killer shot, flatly reducing the damage. Demoniac does him, actually having to back up. Hit Judgment coming out with a shield right after getting thrown out. Vice is popping in extra defensive as well as a Dwarven Racial just to take off all those bleeds. He's actually just taken up completely. It looks like Demoniac trying to see if he can catch himself full reset. Sap into Vices, does not have any dots anymore. Has an extra bubble coming up. Is Demoniac aware of it? Hodge coming out, Demoniac. How did he see the guy out of nowhere? Hit him with a Hodge, Seraphim up and running. Tried to shield slam him down. Judgment's going back to back. Could maybe bubble himself out. I don't think he actually can. Demoniac is super low in health. He put dots on the Paladin, but those dots are reflecting back as holy damage. Judgment slamming Demoniac as he's trying to escape out of here. Is the Grinch, he's all green and all, gonna be able to escape? No! Christmas is saved, boys! Christmas is coming to Azeroth in 2020. It looks like Vices came back as the hero we all needed. Santa Claus is back in town, boys. What was that? Well, if anything, it was thematic. It's a little silly having tanks in duel, dude, but no tanks, okay? Tanks? No thanks. Alright, no tanks, boys. No more tanks. No more tanks. Just one time. One time. Oh my god. I actually, you know what? I know it's unfair because he's literally a tank, but that man does quite a bit of damage, to be honest. Right? He actually does quite a bit of damage. He played through all the dampening, and he's Santa Claus. I feel like it's thematically funny. Okay, we're gonna allow that one. But let's get player and see work up to the next group, boys. No more tanks. I appreciate you, Vices, but tanks are just really difficult to balance up for Blizzard. And I feel like tank is generally stronger than most of the DPS, especially in a 1v1 situation. You just will outlast the enemy, so you win by default. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. If you want to jump in at some red, you're more than welcome to. I feel like that's definitely going to be a video at least, dude. With the holidays coming up, oh my, it has to be, dude. The Christmas is saved, boys. Christmas is saved. Tanks are the pumped FPS. DPS is fair and exciting. Yeah, but tanks are way too tanky, dude. He has 2 bubbles, a blessing of protection, an extra shield, dwarven racial on top of it, self-healing, silence, hammer of justice is shorter than that of a red paladin, and the horse that can boot people out of the way. He has typhoon and everything. He's actually like the human toolkit, dude. Oh my goodness. I don't know, it's super difficult to balance him. He's more than welcome to every duel. Just might not be able to play prod for because it's just so difficult to balance. 32nd Hodge. I know, right? It's so huge. I like the fact that this man committed gear and talents in order to compete in those duels. I appreciate that. But I know a lot of you guys believe it's unfair for tanks to compete in duels. And it really kind of is. It kind of is. It's like, you guys hate tank trinkets, but a tank spec? Oh, that should be another story. Right? Switch. We got ourselves, looks like a Vinci on Team Blue with Kodiak going up first. Again, opened up on by Dynasty QT, or Dirt Nasty QT. I thought it was Dynasty Warriors reference for a second. Look at this little guy! Team Blue is missing a person. We got P-Blood, we got ourselves Theld, but hopefully Team Blue does get themselves the 5th. Kodiak actually taking lots of damage from Dirt Nasty. But looks like he might be able to recover. Evasion coming up from the rogue, but he cannot catch up to Cody. Cody, dude! Kodiak! Trying to get out of the Coca shot is coming down for Dirt Nasty. Kodiak going for a bit of an IBF into a stun into Dirt Nasty. Tricks out of it immediately. Kodiak does have himself Death Pact if things really ever go bad. He might want to use it right here. Does he use it? Will he be able to recover? He has a set amount of health. Dirt Nasty has no defenses. Blind onto the DK. The pets are attacking him. Smoke bomb coming out is going to be able to delay some of the damage. Does he have another kidney shot right now? Necrotic stuff for everybody. Barely in the health. Does Kodiak die to the rogue dots? If he dies right here, this will be the end. Dirt Nasty gets himself that kill, but it looks like Kodiak does get to escape on an instant death strike off of Lupus. Lupus trying to see if they can get some damage in. That's going to be a bit. Oh, Cyclotronic interrupted it a little bit early though. Too bad the Azeroth beam does not really go through walls. At least I don't think the great count. I'm pretty sure the great counts as a wall, right? I'm pretty sure it doesn't go through it. But that would have been a good setup, dude. Double meme beam going to be a stun onto Lupus. As Kodak is trying to get himself some line of sight. Is going to use the pet from the Hunter. It looks like he actually decided to go with a 1-pet strategy instead of 2 pets. And it's going to be able to get a bunch of... Oh, no, there is 2 pets, actually. They're the exact same pet. That's, I was thinking, like, am I wearing 3D glasses or something for a second? But that's a red pet and a blue pet combined together. No, it's not a 3D effect at all. It is actually 2 separate pets. Going to be Abomination, I think, joining the fight against... Yeah, Abomination attacking Lupus with the Maledict rolling right now. I like that harpoon gun you got going on. I got to say, Worgen models look really, really good. Really good. I think you're going to need a 5th person in Team Blue because Kodiak, it looks like he's just stammering. Just got himself a stammering victory so far. He's able to just recover from all the enemies. Lupus having to actually attack the pets from Kodiak. The Abomination is going to despawn. On Kodiak does have himself stunned back up. AMS is also back up. IBF not available for quite a bit. Is going to be able to redot Lupus, however. Lupus needs to get line of sight, needs to make sure the pets are around so he can beef up the pets. Finally gets a stun onto Kodiak, is able to get some damage in. It's going to be a grip stun onto Lupus, Strangle holding him down with a trick coming out for Lupus a little bit late, however, might be a misplay here. And the Army of the Dead joining the fight. Lupus having to deal with the pets. It's going to go for Feign Death, which does stop the Mages of the Dead from attacking, but he does resume his dastardly ways. Focus Azeroth beam coming out. Kodiak does have AMS for it though, so he's not really dealing too much damage, not taking too much damage from the meme beam. And he's doing just fine for now. Lupus still fairly low on health, does not really have a way to self-heal for quite a bit. Unless he goes for the pet heal. Hopefully he does go for the pet heal. And he is super low on health, does get a trap onto the pet, but Cody is doing just fine behind the pillar, using those pets to heal from, as long as Lupus does not get the opportunity to empower those pets to increase the auto attack speed. It's really just The past auto attacks just don't do enough in PvP, so you always have to make sure you have line of sight. I guess that's how Blizzard decided to balance. So BM Hunter does hit him with a Cyclotronic. It does quite a significant amount of damage. That's going to be a pet stun, which Cody does go for instant trinket transfusion right now, and trying again to make sure to line of sight Lupus so the pets don't get empowered. Does hit him with a Crucible, with a Death Call to Faro, redotting him back up. Lupus might go down, needs to get himself a pet heal immediately. The Spirit Bond pet needs to come out, the Spirit Heal needs to come in. Does get a feint death against the pet for a second, but looks like he's going to be going down. The diseases rotted him down. Kodiak was able to rot down Lupus and waited out a bit, almost catching Peachy in a death in decay. Very well placed. Peachy, if it was just a little corner over, that would have been bad. Cody is going to get an IBF immediately off the opener from Peachy. Peachy is going to pop some cooldowns with Thorns as well. Necrotic's already starting to stack up by Cody. I think it was a Maledict. It looks like it is Maledict that's really getting Necrotics up and running with a trinket out of Peachy off of that Strangulate. Kodak getting even more pets up and running. Transfusion is going to maintain him. Peachy trying to wall this damage to get as much value into Cody. Is going to hit him with a root. This is going to get a wild side of there as a stack for a second. Staggering gameplay out of Peachy. He's actually still maintaining his line of sight of the pets as best as possible. Like that Mages of the Dead, he actually is doing quite a good job maintaining LOS. Cody is melting down to the bleeds quite a bit. Peachy not going to be able to catch him full restart unless they commit a Shadow Meld or something for it. And Cody, if he can just wait out until next transfusion, he might be in a good spot. Thorns are off for Peachy. Really shouldn't hit into those thorns. And Peachy is going to pressure him some more with Crucibles, and down goes Cody. Next up, it's going to be P-Blood, not even waiting any time. He's just going to get some Shadow Strikes in. And so Nightblade into Peachy does not want to cloak this. He really does not want to cloak this. He has Shadow Blades. He really does not want to cloak this. Shadow Strike into Peachy with an Nightblade to follow Peachy. No trinket available. Kidney Shot. Perfect opportunity for P-Blood to commit every cooldown available. Shadow Blade still rolling. Kidney Shot into a cheap shot. No! Turn it around with Peachy. It's going to be a bash. No, comes back with a trinket cheap shot. Another cheap shot to follow. Peachy, however, did get himself a huge cooldown out of P-Blood. Got a trinket out of the guy. That's huge. That is massive. Very unfortunate. So P-Blood probably has a Moonfire rolling on him right now, so Peachy is going to have a direct 100% guarantee opener. Does not get that stun opener, having to swipe the guy out. Is going to bite him with a root right after. Kidney Shot coming out for P-Blood onto Peachy without a trinket, doing quite a significant amount of damage right here. Another cheap shot to follow, maybe a third cheap shot right after. It is, guys, get a third cheap shot, and Peachy getting a wall up and running immediately with Thorns, where P-Blood might want to disconnect from this. Cloak of Shadows is going to keep pressing on. Maybe a Maledict to follow onto Peachy. Does land a Maledict with a Crucible right after. Peachy is going to take quite a lot of damage from this. Does not have opportunity to heal at all. His health is at a standstill right now, but P-Blood cannot really catch up to him. Does have a trinket if things ever go bad. Getting that opener onto P-Blood, trying to reverse it down onto the Feral Blind. Trinkets out of it with a bash continuing. Big bite onto P-Blood. And P-Blood is left out here to his own demise. Does use a Crucible, what looked like a rank 3 for a massive heal. Kidney Shot onto Peachy. He's not 100% health. P-Blood trying to maximize the damage. If Safety Trinket is going to come in, and it's going to block a lot of P-Blood's potential kill damage. Peachy taking himself a bit of a restall. Shortest restall ever onto P-Blood. Evasion's up and running. Blood is just trying to Kidney Shot or trying to backstab Peachy as much as possible. Trying to continue the damage going. If he can get himself another Kidney Shot to follow, that might be good. Thorns are up and running. He has to kind of disconnect from Peachy for a little bit. Peachy just going to take this opportunity to do as much damage as possible with P-Blood, try to get himself a Crucible in, but that's not going to be the strongest Crucible heal ever. And Peachy whaps him with another Crucible hit of his own. Next up is going to be Zeld. Dude, I don't think Team Blue even needs a fifth. It's sad to see that they don't have one, and hopefully whatever the fifth person is, that will get in. Maybe they're lagging, maybe they're DC or whatever, but hopefully they still get into the arena, man. But Peachy's going to have to go versus Stealth. That's going to be a Windwalker, Monk versus Feral. Most mobile classes in the game having to compete against one another. Opener by Peachy right now against Zeld. He's just going to kind of wait it out a little bit. He's going to wait. He's going to let the yards fall off. He's actually just going to go reset. They'll have to do a bit of a dance. Trying to taunt Peachy out in the open. He's not going to do it. He's just waiting. Entangle the roots onto the Monk. He's going to target his lost out of it as soon as he sees Peachy out of stealth. Thorns are up and running. Stealth actually decreasing the damage he's going to take from those thorns. Trying to maximize the value. Peachy does not have a trinket, so he could be put in a bad spot. Doesn't cap him too far away from Touch of Death. Not going to be able to get a clean Touch of Death. Wait, no. Peachy doesn't have wall. That's actually going to be full Touch of Death. He does have a renewal if anything. Swordman coming out. Trying to tangle roots. Touch of Death does take into a bit of a renewal immediately. Bashes himself. Forces a trinket out of the guy. Has a wall coming up in just a few seconds. Trying to use Crucibles. Double Crucible as a defensive. No offensive pressure. Does get a short restun onto Thel. Shadow Melt stun was so good on Peachy. Looking like he... No, it was actually Incarnation. That's a huge offensive cooldown. But he thought, you know what? I need it right now. I want to get my wall up and running. I need it. Check it up and running for Peachy. Has a wall. And Thel still holding on to Karma for now, dude. It's going to be tough to beat a Monk right now. And, hey, the 5th person on Team Blue, Carlito, is back in here. How you doing, my dude? Gonna get an opener onto Thel by Peachy. Persevere to fly. Follow for Thel. Does get a Karma as soon as Peachy gets a Thorns up and run. Try to maximize the Karma damage through those Thorns. Peachy denying it at every second step he can take. Might even catch a re-stealth off this. Maybe. Ooh, catches a short restealth for a second. Big bites coming out of Peachy. Trying to see if he can tear Thel down by a hair. Wall and Fist of Fury is going to lock Peachy out. Does have wall if needed. Is going to bear from into this and is trying to maintain swiftness as much as it can. Thel is taking that bleed damage quite a bit. In cap onto Peachy. Thel just trying to catch himself a reset. Maybe Electric to follow. Does he have any more damage? He's going to be tricking out of Peachy with a wall right now. Big bite to Thel and is going to root him, trying to wait out his cooldowns. That's going to be a trinket down for Peachy. That's actually quite bad if he does not have damage to follow. And Thel is given an opportunity to get a full re-heal. Peachy getting a re-opener, trying to get those bleeds up and running. This is where Peachy really needs to commit some damage. Got some Crucibles to follow. Maybe that's why he wants to get offensive. He has those Crucibles for extra bursty damage. Bleeds are actually keeping Thel down. He cannot heal through those 29% dampening. He can't heal through those bleeds at all. How hard are those bleeds? Reapplying the massive rake bleed in the opener. Thorns are up. Thel doesn't have Karma for it. Peachy catching up to the guy. Does hit him on the roof for a second. He's trying to defuse magic as best he can. In cap onto Peachy. Trying to vivify, but the bleeds are still keeping him down, man. Oh my god. Touch of death. And Peachy does get to take him out immediately. Carlito's up next, so it's actually going to be Vinci with a kidney shot onto Peachy. Somebody got to take Peachy down a hair. So that's going to be a Mally roll into Peachy. Does swift man through the first charge of Mally. And now he needs to recover. Vinci is going to be pursuing him, going to be ruthless, maybe even a little bit reckless. He needs to take Peachy down because this man has been going and playing this for a little bit. Only Seamark and Touch left on the enemy team. Peachy barely surviving. Wall is up and running, and he's going to go down. Touch, the Shadow Priest, is going to be up next. Landing a, ooh, Mind Bomb onto Vinci with Siphon and a Mind Bender. What? That is so weird. He's going to go for the Fear strats, huh? They're just going to go for shorter 30-second fears. No stuns for this guy. Look at this touch from Ultra Storms. Does get a Void Eruption onto Vinci. Trinkets out of it. That's going to be a greater fade. I think he tried to dodge a kidney shot from Vinci. He did dodge a kidney shot from Vinci because Vinci only got a Rupture in. Massive spell coming out for Touch. I think he's trying to see if he can find a Vinci. Does see him. He's going to dot him up and is going to keep him in combat at least. Vinci got himself a bit of a self-heal. Wow, Touch so far played it super well. Who is this man right here? Who is this guy? Touch from Altar of Storms. Man, what is this? What's going on? Eventually, oh, I think he just got a more dots taken off of him. Was that what it was? Massive spell from Touch? It looked like it was like one of the spell things. No, that's what it was. They're just using, what is it? Find Hidden? What is that ability? Find Secrets? It's like an ability you get from the Rogue Order Hall, and it's just something you can press that has its own internal cooldown. I don't think it's an actual GCD. I don't think it actually helps you with anything except a secret quest from Rogues back in Mop. Maybe. Greater Fate coming out for Touch. Does still get hit with a Garrode. Does land the Fear onto Vinci, forcing a Trinket out of the Assassination Rogue. Siphon coming out. Going to be a killing shot onto Touch, but he's going to disperse it. Siphon not getting killed, so Vinci is taking quite a bit of damage from that thing. He's just not going to do anything about it. Shadow Mensa coming out for Touch, and eventually looking like he wants to get himself a full reset. That was a very interesting opener, but Touch, I feel like as soon as he let the Rogue get into stealth, it is going to be a lot harder to beat him. Does have Empiric Embrace rolling. Eventually he's going to go for a full Vendetta. Touch has no answer for it. Maybe he's going to get himself another Fear onto Vinci. He's going to get another Fear. Yes, he does get it. Does get the dots rolling too. Mind Control trying to come out, trying to dodge it. No, they're going to be an interrupt by Vinci. Very interesting choice by Touch. I really want to see where it would pan out, but I think as soon as he let the Rogue go and let him restyle, that was it. I think the Assassin's Rogue beats the Shadow Priest at every single turn. That's why I think Seavark is going to take that arena and take the lessons. Do not let the Rogue catch a restyle ever. Vinci, however, is in a good position. This arena is not quite as good as the other one that we had before, but it is still quite good. Vinci does have Shadow Step that he can get onto Seavark. It's going to be Shadow Step, Kidney Shot. Does not have the Blood Up to take down the shield from Seavark. He's actually going to take a lot of the poison damage into that shield. He's going to maintain the dot rolling onto Vinci. I think he needs more slows. He needs to make sure he gets those arcane missiles into Vinci. Every time he pokes are out behind the pillar. Seavark tried to stay on top of the guy as best as possible. Arcane missiles. Vinci gets super low. This actually could be it. Blind onto Seavark. Vinci not really looking all the good. How much use Crucibles defensively? Is he going to continue using Crucibles defensively? That is the question. Sap onto Seavark, looking like he wants to go for a reset. Seavark still holding on to every major defense if he needs. 30 minutes into this duel, Vinci. Oh, is he going to go get food? But as he's going to do, Seavark eating in front of Vinci, trying to get this rogue to come out in the open, trying to get him to come out and play. Garrote coming out onto Seavark. Is he going to trinket it? He does. Into a little bit of a root onto Vinci. He does have Cloak of Shadows if things ever go bad. Mallet rolling into Seavark. Cloak of Shadows coming out for Vinci. Seavark is going to use Temporal right here. I think that Temporal is going to get absorbed with a Mali, and I believe it does. Vinci trying to land himself. Oh, Vanish coming out from Vinci. Does have another Tempest on him, though. He still has another Tempest. Seavark does go into Blink to refresh the Nether Tempest, so Vinci is not going to be able to catch a reset whatsoever. If Seavark can use his Blinks around the corner in order to get himself quite a bit of Arcane Missile damage onto Vinci. Could shred him, especially if he gets some good procs out of it. Is going to use Arcane Orb on one side. Vinci is still using those Crucibles defensively. That's quite a big heal. He's actually using like rank 2s or rank 3s to heal at this point. 56% dampening too. So that had to be rank 3, I would guess. I would bet my bottom dollar on that. Seavark might go for a little bit of food. I think he's typing something to his team members. Vinci no longer has a dot rolling on him. No longer has another Tempest. But it's going to be quite tough for Arcane Mage to catch this guy. Does blink back to Vinci with a Crucible to follow. Trying to punish him for poking his head out. Vinci is going to get himself a swig of that Crimson Vial. And is going to use more Crucible defensively. Seavark is going to redot him back up. I think that was not another Tempest system, though. I think it maybe there was something else. And Vinci is trying to see if he can get himself out in the open. Seavark does hit him with a tag, get him a slow. Another Tempest is back up and running. Mark for Earth ready. Seavark does not have an answer for this one. Vinci is going to kill a shot, but he's actually going to bail out of there, making sure to keep slows onto Seavark. That's really all he's got. Invis coming in for Seavark, trying to see if he can confuse Vinci which way he's going. Vendetta coming out for Vinci, trying to see if maybe we can spook Seavark out of there. Not going to be happening. Blanket into the room. Arcane Missiles with a Barrage to follow. If he can get the dot damage rolling into Vinci, he might be able to hold on to it. Vinci taking a little bit of dot damage. Not really looking all that good. Oh, I thought he was recovered for a second. But nope. Carlito is up next. Oh, it almost looks like he's Outlaw with how big those daggers are. One of them is a sword, the other is a dagger. Are you sub? Or are you assassination? I want to say sub, right? Get a shot on Seavark. He could. Yep. I think you are Shadow Blades. That's a Shadow Dance. Look at him dancing. That's a Shadow Dance right there, man. Carlito has everything. The Trinket, Cloak of Shadows, everything. Cheap shot onto Seavark. Unless Seavark can just somehow find a way to just CC and kite Carlito the whole time. I think it's impossible. Yep. That's what happens when you play with super high dampening. Thank Peachy for that one, boys. Peachy got quite a bit of healing too, but huge setups on Peachy. We're well played by both of you, dude. Assassination Rogues and Arcane Mages. It's like a dance of back and forth, but these arenas we've had really do give the Rogues advantage. You got to be honest here, boys. Oh my God. Nick Pop got a group. Alrighty. Let me see who else is ready. Let me see who else is ready, dude. Seavark and everybody else, keep bringing me new faces, dude. I like the fact that you guys are bringing me new faces to look at. I want to see new people in these duels, dude. The more the merrier, you know what I mean? I can't understand Rogues this entire game. If he just commits, he's going to win. Yeah, I probably could commit a little bit earlier, but it's okay. Some people are going to play long strat. Some people are going to play short strat. I feel like if that was less of a dampener game, I feel like that would have been like maybe 2 back-to-back for Seavark. Because Temporal just like does 0 healing. Plus whatever healing mage has is basically like a health game. And by then, Seavark doesn't have nearly as much health as a fresh new rogue with all full cooldowns. What's up, Luker and Hyde, my man? That's how I feel against Pharaohs. Dude, that's how I feel against Pallies, man. Everybody got a counter. Touches 0 gear. I think he had like with a full 40 item level or whatever. He had that with full 40. Really? Touches 0 gear. He did pretty good. He did quite a bit of damage in the opener, but as soon as he let the rogue get away, it was rough. Nick Pop is ready. Who's up next, boys? Hey, Dalaran, want to buy me BFA? I'll show you some real intense PvP. Haha. Sure. Yeah, it is a Christmas season giving, isn't it? Haha. I don't really do giveaways, my man. I feel like that brings the wrong crowd. If you're asking, is it worth a buy? You don't deserve to play it. What? Hello? Yes, and Rogues. EU on a name. Sub Zoom. How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one, my dude. Was it item required? Yeah, I don't have an item requirement. You guys are more than welcome, more than ready, man. Everybody and anybody is welcome. Ready, Tips Fedora, Malaysia. Is that Malaysia? What is the hell? Nick Pop, what the fuck is going on? Hello? What is that? Malady. Malaysia. Okay. Player is gonna play. Boris isn't gonna play. Let's get Boris in here. Yeah, let's get Boris and Nick Pop. We're gonna get these games back to back to back. Worth it. If you still got a group up and running, man, you're more than welcome to continue running it if you're still hanging around, man. But I don't expect you to live you under 420. Dude, everybody and anybody is welcome. It's all about skill either way. It's all for fun either way. That's up to you, though, boys. Yeah, if you are coming in under geared, just know it's gonna be somewhat challenging against people that are super geared. But it's all for fun either way. These duels are for fun either way, man. These are not about skill. You don't think so? I think so. I'm under belief that Blizzard does some sort of scaling, not quite Legion scaling, but they do try to affect it a little bit here and there. So I think it's fine. Oh shit! Got a broken bone. I can't believe 3 weeks. Damn, yo, Swarley, my man. I'm so sorry. Damn, dude. I'm seeing the picture. Hey, good thing they make Razor Nagas, right? At least you can put some abilities to the Naga and maybe relearn and do some basic stuff like that. I'm sorry to hear about, my man. I'm hoping for a speedy recovery, dude. Holy shit, boys. So Twitch, dude, I might just show his cast and stream just a little bit. You guys gotta see that thing. We got ourselves Dirk on Team Red. Looks like he's going up first as a Fury Warrior. We got Freak Nasty and Kazoo as a Demon Hunter. We got ourselves Marka coming back as a Fury Warrior, and then Slaughterhouse. Woo, look at you, my man. I don't even know what kind of mock he's got going on, but look at good. Demoniac is actually going up with a different mock. I thought this was a whole new man right here, but it is not. It's going to be Demoniac on Team Blue, trying to see if he can slaughter Dirk down. It's going to be a Rage Regeneration for Dirk already. That's quite a big defensive. And he's got himself offensive, but he cannot catch up to the Rogue. Try to do a leap. Does not get the charge. Demoniac looks like he's going to be able to get away scot-free there. With Lucron on Team Blue. We also got us as Pager. We got us a Soul. Looks like there's got some Soul in Death Knight, yeah? Death Knight Souls, you know, weapon and all that. Nah, not a good joke. Anyway, there's also got a big Doinks in here. Big Doinks. Holy shit, your mog and your haircut looks so good. Holy crap. Dirk drinking it out of the cheap shot. Second cheap shot to follow by Demoniac, though. Interesting choice. Safety trick coming out for Dirk. He does get himself a bit of a heal. Stormbolt onto Demoniac. Might be able to get quite a bit of damage out of stuff for Demoniac right now. Does not get away easily. That's going to be Warlock Housing coming out for Demoniac, though. Trying to maintain his health as best as possible. And Dirk trying to see if he can whirlwind him out. Dirk looks like someone who's pretty new at these, man. He made a couple weird mistakes here and there. Wait, are you Shadow Dance? You're actually dancing. Wait, you're actually Sub-Rogue. I thought you were a Sass. It's going to be double Eviscerate for Demoniac after double cheap shot. I was thinking for a second, how is he cheap shotting so often? Wow. No wonder Demoniac doesn't have this warrior on the ropes yet. Sorry, boys, had a cough. Dirk versus Demoniac. Demoniac actually playing that sub. No wonder. I was thinking you're changing Mog, but you do the thing what I also do. Mog is different based on spec you play, yeah? Kidney shot onto Dirk. He doesn't have a trinket for it. Does Demoniac have enough damage? Does he even have gear to make sub work? Does get in a massive, decent, really. A decent. For sub-rogues, it's not really huge, but at least it's guaranteed damage. Dirk does not have anything left with an evasion for Demoniac. And down he goes. Demoniac just doesn't look like he had that much damage. That or Dirk is super tanky. Next up is going to be Freak Nasty. Hopefully he'll have an easier time with Demoniac. Getting him with a blind for a second. Allowing Demoniac to catch a full reset. Was that a Crucible himself? Might have been a self-Crucible there. Cold Blood is up and running as Demonic once again. An open Annihilate onto Freak Nasty with a cheap shot to follow. Shadow Strike, Eviscerate, Mark for Eviscerate. That's actually going to peel back before going for stuns. He actually does quite considerable damage. He actually got Freak Nasty to half health in a single opener, and he didn't have Shadow Blades or anything. So that's quite considerable. I think he needs to do for more cheap shots and sink more Eviscerates in there. Like cheap shots back to back to back. But otherwise he's doing not bad. And Freak Nasty getting quite a bit of health, though. Does have a Warlock of their own, so Warlock House is available for both of the teams. That's going to be Shadow Blades for Demonic. Cheap shot onto Freak Nasty, trying to get some damage in. Freak Nasty trinketing out of it. No, Metamorphosis coming out right back right after. Demonic still already committed a lot of offensive cooldowns here, but that's going to be just completely demolished in health all the way down to 25%-ish. It's going to be safe tricking coming down as he gets desperately low. It's going to try to see if he can get away from Freak for just a second. Freak is on the prowl, on the chase. Demonic trying to see if he can recover. using Crucible's defensive. It's going to be a Warlock Hellstone maybe used, but I know it was a concoction of his own. Does not get a sap or reset onto Freak Nasty. Does get a kidney shot. It's going to be a Nightblade. Mark for it Eviscerate. It's going to send a Crucible into a cheap shot after. Maybe a cheap shot after. No, it's going to be actually Demon Hunter flying up in the air, allowing Demoniac to catch himself a reset. Unless he's getting procced on hard. Trying to use the line of sight as best as possible to maintain the most amount of, like, you know, just hide the corner. Just wants to be able to get around the corner ASAP to get a sap at the Freak. If Demonic has any cooldowns here, he might be in a decent position. Cheap shot with an Nightblade to follow. Just gonna have to go for a bit of a reset. No kidney shot. Actually went for a Eviscerate instead. Freak Nasty does use a Warlock Hellstone in between of the burst. He doesn't quite get the full stun back-to-back wombo combo that sub usually does, but at least it does. It does a decent amount of damage, to be honest. That's okay. I know it feels like one of his traits might not be that great. That's gonna be quite a huge amount of damage from that Crucible. Freak Nasty not sending that stun long at all. Blind as Demoniac does catch himself a bit of a reset. Playing for the long game. I feel like Demoniac could have maybe ended this game a little bit earlier if he just was more experienced at sub. But he might have to play for the long reset game with Freak Nasty for quite a bit. If he is playing Shadowy Duel, he might be able to actually Shadow Step to one of the allies of Freak Nasty and use Shadowy Duel to set up away. But we'll just have to wait and see if he even is running it. Gonna get an I-beam coming out for Freak Nasty. Demoniac is gonna go. You actually gonna fly up? I think you actually bumped your head on the top of the tower. It looked like you bumped your head on that thing. Look, hold on, look. I think you actually bumped your head on top of that. I don't think he went up as high as you eventually actually could have. Evasion coming out for Demoniac does give himself a little bit of a heal with a Warlock Hellstone. Trying to funnel damage into Freak Nasty. No more trinket available for the Demon Hunter, however. Is actually going to vanish and try to Shadow Step away. He does use the eyes, it looked like, by a second. It looked like he was running slow as if he had a Spectral Sight. But it's going to be Demoniac actually able to get himself a full reset there. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. He's going to have to go for a long game. 5 minutes in, only second person going up for Team Red. The Demoniac can maybe change up his playstyle. I think you got to open up with maybe like a Shadow Strike, Nightblade, Cheap Shot. But like running to the side of an enemy and hope that they go for a CC setup, and then that will give you the most amount of value during the stuns. Does get Freak Nasty to almost half health, but that's going to be Demon form coming out for Freak. Glock shadows for Demoniac immediately. Freak having to burn Crucibles defensively, not letting the Rogue reset. However, Shadowy Blades are available for Demoniac. If he can get some combo points ahead of time into Freak Nasty, get a Nightblade, go for a full all-in setup, he might stand a chance here. Ew, actually no, Shadowy Blades do dissipate at the last second. If he has combo points saved from last setup, you can just go into Nightblade. Oh, there it goes. Nightblade, maybe into Cheap Shot. No, getting hit with a stun. Still holding on to the Nightblade charge, but that's going to be Crucible smacking him right now. Safety Chicken coming in. Stun to follow by Freak Nasty, looking to close out the game. Demoniac does give himself a bit of a heal with Warlock Hellstones. Blind again onto Freak. If he has common points from earlier with a Nightblade, he might actually be able to go in for the big all-in. Because I think you have to have common points ahead of time to get a full Cheap Shot back-to-back. No, opens up the Cheap Shot, Nightblade, still might be able to stand a chance. Got himself a huge Crucible, Cheap Shot to follow, Shadow Strike, Darkness coming down for Freak, but he still took that Eviscerate either way. Super low in health, literally one Crucible could end him. Using Crucible himself, but with dampening being only 11%, that might have been a one-stack Crucible just now. As long as he doesn't get the I-beam set up, he might be good. Demoniac trying to see if he can maybe finish off Freak Nasty. Shadow 7 past him, I-beam is up and running. As long as Freak does not get any damage, Demoniac might be able to turn it around. Maybe a Cheap Shot to follow. He doesn't have a chicken for a little bit. Does send him in prison. Might need to Cheap Shot him immediately. Metamorphosis up and running. Does get a Cheap Shot. Freak is getting a chicken back up. I-beam to follow. Cheap Shot again. Does he get to finish him off? Does get that Eviscerate. Demoniac does come out on top with that duel going up against the Demon Hunter, and it looks like Slaughterhouse is up next. Believe he's playing Destruction Warlock here, getting already aggressive by picking up the eye. Has the pet back up and running. Shot if you around the corner, does not get to hit Demoniac. Could get the pet over there though. He could get the pet over there, and it looks like he actually did hit him with a conflag. I don't know how you hit him through a line of sight just now. I swear to God it was line of sight. I guess maybe one of them is lagging or so. It's gonna set up a Demoniac gateway back there, and the pet is gonna be keeping Demoniac out in combat. As long as he can get over there and do some damage to Demoniac, he might be fine, but he's not pushing in. He's just perfectly fine just sitting back here. Kidney shot coming down onto Slaughterhouse. It's going to be a pet succubus CC onto Demoniac. Slaughterhouse could get himself huge damage here. Is going to go for Cataclysm after getting himself Dark Soul Stability. Vanish Cloak of Shadows coming out for Demoniac. Is he going to drop down Infernal? He does not. I was thinking, what if? But he does go for a little bit of Rain of Fire. He was like, okay, the Rogue might have gotten back to that pillar, but he didn't watch which way he vanished. That's going to be cooldown. It's kind of wasted for Slaughterhouse. Still does have the Infernal, if anything. Worst to worst. Does get a bit of a conflag on Demoniac, keeping him at bay as he open up with an eye, breaking the sap. But that's going to be Smoke Bomb. Does get on top of Slaughterhouse right after, trying to go for a fear. Not going to happen. Maybe a Succubus CC right here is going to hold him in place. Does he Trinket out of it? Slaughterhouse could go for some huge damage finally. Cataclysm and Demoniac. Blind to follow. Does drop an Infernal. Maybe a good opportunity to Trinket, but maybe he decides not to. Is he going to be able to catch up Demonic at all? He does have the gateway set up. He could gateway over there. He does have a pre-gateway, but I think there's a debuff on the gateway for now. So you're not going to be able to get on top of Demonic immediately. Trinket out Demoniac stun into a fear to follow. Trying to get a Casbolt down. One Casbolt down right now. Oh, second Casbolt getting line. He just needs a little bit extra damage. Does get a conflag on Demoniac. The pets are going to surround him. Drain life is going to hit, and Demoniac is going to go down. He just needed a little bit of damage, but after that fear, Casbolt just didn't quite work out. Big Doinks is going to be up next. 9 minutes. That's how long Demonic was out there versus Freak and versus Dirk and versus Slaughterhouse. 9 minutes. Big Doinks is going to get a touch of death rolling onto Slaughterhouse immediately. The stun does come out on the pet as well. He does get a wall rolling with a fear onto Slaughterhouse, onto Doinks. He does trick it out of it. Horror effect to follow. Slaughterhouse does eat a melee, but he does get a bit of a heal from Big Doinks through the horror effect. There's going to be Shadow Fury from a distance. Doinks looking like he's lagging a little bit, but he's still trying not to let it keep him down. Slaughterhouse taking a little bit of damage from the Monk right now. It's going to port out of there. The roll is coming out for Doinks right here. Just trying to stay on top of the Warlock as best as possible. Does interrupt him on fear. Perfect opportunity for Slaughterhouse to go for some Chaos Bolts. Unless there's going to be more CC coming out for Doinks. It looks like with that Fist of Fury, a couple blackout kicks, Doinks does take him down. Marco is up next on Team Red. Trying to see if he can make a play versus Doinks. I like that name, dude. Big Doinks. Makes me imagine like every time he does blackout kick, he just hits somebody on the head. It's like doink, makes that sound. There's gonna be Fist of Fury locking out the Warrior for a little bit with a wall up and running. Doinks does still hold on to a Karma, so he's still in a good position. Gonna be Whirling Dragon Punch out of the Monk. Marco is gonna try to intercept Doinks as he's trying to relocate to another side of the pillow. Marco only running Stormbolt, so he doesn't really have any way to recover and catch up to Doinks. Might have a leap unless he already used it. But Marco is going to tank himself up with that Underrot Trinket. Tried to stay as tanky as possible for these duels. Stormbolt onto Doinks. Tried to see if he could set up some damage. Did not have himself big Rampage. Now it's there. Blazestorm to follow. He can't send Blazestorm as soon as he sees that Karma. And is just trying to see if he can walk away from Doinks. Trying to use slows as best as possible. Should be using Bloodthirst off of the pets in order to maintain his health. But Marco is doing just fine healing-wise. Intercepting. Doinks is trying to get out of there. Does he have the leap? He does. Reconnected with the Monk. Needs to get a slow on the guy. Root is going to dispatch him away from one another. Marco is not going to be able to catch up to Doinks as he's going to go for that big port. Should be able to get himself a couple of verifies back to back to back. Marco getting interrupted and actually not interrupted, disarmed in the opener, interrupted from being able to do damage. Doinks also running the Underworld Trigger. Touch of Death rolling it to Marco. That's going to be quite a bit of damage. Fist of Fury is actually going to get stunned up by Doinks. Mally rolling into Marco. Not going to be able to heal for quite a bit. Having to go for Rage Regeneration for defensive purposes. Charge almost gets the heal. Still slaps out the heal from Doinks, but I think it was all absorbed into the Mally. And that's going to be Doinks trying to reposition away from Marco as best as he can, catching a couple of Vivifies here and there. Marco needs to get a Stormbolt with a Rampage, dude. He needs to get a Stormbolt, Rampage, get some damage in or something. Or get maybe a Siege Breaker onto Doinks, Stormbolt, Rampage, get as many procs and damage as possible. He needs to make some play here. Doinks going to get himself a wall up and running. Trinkets out of the Stormbolt, disarm onto Marco. And the Whirling Dragon Punches close out, but it doesn't do as much damage as he thought it would. Mark is still on the ropes, man. Does not really have a lot left. Fear to stop the Fist of Fury. Does have himself safe to Chicken rolling with that Underrun. Intercepting Big Doinks. He's trying to get away. Does go for a bit of a diffuse magic, but still super low in health. Executes are available, but that Karma is going to deny the exit. Marco trying to go for Reflect. Trying to reflect as much of the Karma damage if he can. Commanding shot coming out. Marco has himself set amount of health available. Stormbolt on the Doinks. Trying to see if he can land an execute. Lexer to follow. Marco is actually Doinks is going to go for a big fight to follow. And he does end up killing Marco with a whirl. With a Rising Sun kick in cap onto Kazoo. Is he actually going to be able to get away from the Demon Hunter here as Kazoo is the last man standing on Team Red? No, Kazoo does get to slap him out. Lucron. Oh my goodness, Lucron, my man. It's just the worst setup for you. You having to go big as a Demon Hunter. Every single time it looks like with these duels for the last 2 weeks, it feels like. So Kazoo's the last man standing on Team Red. We have Pedro, Sol, and Lucron on Team Blue. Demoniac and Bing Doinks really gave Team Red a run for the money. So Kazoo now has to see if he can fight through this. He's going to get an immediate imprisonment to Lucron with a stun to follow. Lucron is going to get a succubus CC onto Kazoo, actually. He is playing Demonology. He's not a Destruction Warlock, boys. He is playing Demonology, and he's going to get a Demon Bolt for freebie soul shards onto Kazoo with a horror effect to follow, trying to get some of those Handle Gul'dan's pets up and running. He's going to go for a wall, stun but coming out by Kazoo. Lucron does trinket out of it. He's going to get a bit of the Bile Scourge bombers running in onto Kazoo, trying to get another Handle Gul'dan. Might have to go for a bit of a reflect here in order to make sure those Handle Gul'dan's coming out. He's going to be tired up and running. Should be able to slap him out for quite a bit of damage. Those imps are up and running too. Everything is doing damage to Kazoo. He's going to get a fear on him for a second. Kazoo trinkets out of the fear. Darkness coming down, trying to fear him out of darkness if possible. Maybe another fear. Does get interrupted on Shadow. That tyrant did a little bit of damage, but now this army of imps is the only thing that is allowing Lucron to do any DPS right now. And those imps got only a limited amount of time on them. The imp army is gone. Lucron is going to have to go for a little bit of CC fest here. Kazoo actually taking quite a bit of Bile Scourge bomber damage. Does Lucron have a horror effect? He does. Does he have enough damage to follow up? He actually does get the kill into Kazoo. Oh my god. The succubus playstyle actually paid off. Yes, I like seeing that, man. I like seeing that comeback. We gotta get Lucron on more of these games, boys. Oh my goodness, that was so close. Texan, more than welcome to get in, my man. You have me out on Real ID, get me up and running. What's up, Once? How you doing, my dude? Hope you're having a good one. Is that Once as in the Warlock? Like, one? Or is that Jeff Kang? Body count. Full group right now. Perfect. Perfect. Texan, let me know if you're ready, my man. Hit me up on Real ID, dude, if you got a group. How's it going? Once, you're getting attacked by the guards. You want to kill the guards? Just don't kill them near me, because I'm going to die. I don't want you killing me. Me versus body with Seavark? We could do it real quickly. We could do it real quickly. Phew, Lucron, that was very well played, man. I like that you sustained yourself and played it to the very end. I don't know where you got all that damage from, dude, but you just kept trucking it. You just kept trucking it. Have no idea where you got all the damage from, but you did it, Dad. You did it, my dude. My man, Lucron, there we go, dude. Okay, players ready, Seavark is ready, body count is ready. We're waiting for Texan to get a group up and running. But while he's getting up and running, let's do body count and Seavark. Seavark and body. Gotta find one. Okay, cool. Ellen Dilly ditched. He probably went to body counts group, maybe, for all we know. I haven't seen Ellen Dilly in a while either. Want to duo versus me? Boris, we can get you versus... Well, one of you guys is going to be going versus Texan. Texan, I believe your Real ID is Vengeance or something, right? Something along those lines. Either way, PM me in Real ID right now. I think you should still have me added unless you remove me. Because I didn't remove nobody on NA. I've been moving people on the U, but NA should be clean. So you should still be there unless I need to re-add you. Let me know. While we're waiting, boys. Look at the fucking cast that Swarley got working with, man. Look at this fucking cast real quick. It doesn't like... Wait. Can I... Okay, I can do this. There's like a lanyard and there's something written on that lanyard, so I don't want to show it. Just in case. Privacy and all. But look at this thing, dude. Full hand cast. He actually kept playing WoW for a while. How'd you break your fucking... I swear to God, you better recover soon, dude. You better recover fast. You know what I mean? Look at that fucking cast, dude. Dude, sign Dalaran right here. Sign DAL right here with your own hand, right? Or have somebody else do it for you. Because that's where I would have signed it if I was there, my dude. Do people still sign casts? I don't know if that was a thing. I know there was a thing like back in high school and shit. People would just sign people's casts and shit. Sign it there. Have someone else do it for you. Just DAL. Add a smiley face in there too, because that's what I would have done, man. Alrighty, boys. Do we have Vices? Thanks, not OP. Vices is OP. Vices is OP, dude. Vices is OP. Okay, me reverse the body count. What's up, Once? How you doing, my man? I see you. I see you. You said I asked you to wait. Do you gotta wait? I'm waiting. I'll wait a minute. I'll wait a minute, Once. I'll wait a minute. I'll wait a minute. He asked me to wait. Okay, I'll give you a minute at once. I gotta get Seavark and body count queuing. I also gotta get Texan USA in here too. I'll wait. I will wait. You got a minute. What's up? Do I need to come with you somewhere? You got my full attention. I got other people in chat and whatnot, but you got my full attention for a sec. Seavark excited to get one shot. Oh my god. Held Rock, what's up, my man? How you doing, my dude? Zero's going down, you boy. You think so? Got a full group. All right, Boris, I'll get you going in just a bit, man. Once. I'm waiting. Is somebody else supposed to show up? Am I gonna get attacked by somebody else? Am I gonna get obliterated? Not on this holiday season, man. You can't be killing me on the holiday season once. Anyone forming a group? Just you guys are more than welcome to form your groups yourselves if you want to, or you're more than welcome to look up groups in the custom section for PvP, for NA, with just tap 5 in a search, enter, and then you're good to go. Are you trying to get me to walk with you? Is that what it is? Am I supposed to follow you? I don't... 1 second, I think this guy's queuing! Hey. Hey, how's it going? What? Oh! Chad band. You're a Chad band? Wait. What? When did you get Chad banned? What did you say last time? Wait, is this once the Jeff Kang, like once on EU, or is that one the Warlock, one and only? Yeah, I see. You pointed to Chad band. But are you no Dalaran? Look, he's Texan. Tell Dalaran, I'm on Chad band, so I got 3 people waiting for us. Oh, Chad band. Okay. Oh, I just figured out. Okay. I thought you meant like Discord Chad band. Okay, you are Once, so that's you. So I need to find somebody in my real ID whose name is Once, right? Once. Yeah, I understand. I said Ty. Okay, you're Ty. Okay, gotcha. I got you. I'll get you going next school. Okay, I get you going next year. Let me get a body count and see if we're quick just because they've been waiting. But I'll get you right next. Okay, I figured it out. Yo, that was fucking cool. I figured it out. Yes, that's you. I get it. Okay. I got it. All right. Next time I think you need to do like 3 pets so you can craft yourself a sentence. You know, couple words. Dude. Chad, you guys are geniuses. You guys figured it out before I did. Dude, if I ever solve a puzzle on stream, you guys are going to be part of it every fucking time, dude. Next time we got a big secrets community thing happening for a while, I'm going to have the chat with me. You guys will figure it out before I do. But I'm going to claim all the credit because I'm the streamer, okay? I think that's fair, right? I think it's fair. You guys get to be part of it, and I get to feel like I did something. I think it's fair. Alrighty, boys, we got ourselves a group, and then we'll get Ty on his group going next. I thought you were like chat ban on chat, but you're. What are you doing? Who are you being toxic to? Come on, seriously, who are you being toxic to? You gotta be honest. Who are you being toxic to? Alrighty, boys, we got ourselves body count on Team Red. He got himself a group of killers here. We got ourselves Dusty in here. We got ourselves Held Rock playing that Survival Hunter. We got ourselves Kinda Nutty. We'll see if he's nutty at all. And Peachy in the back as a feral. We got us a Seamark on Team Blue with Dirty Nasty. We got us a Touch, getting hit with a stun in the opener is going to go for greater fade. We also got Valorp in the back. Valorp, my man. And Void Runner, kind of confused where he's supposed to be going. Touch, already getting assaulted by the Survival Hunter in the opener. Silence coming out onto Held Rock. And it's going to get hit with a little bit, a little bit of that Fear Bomb. Touch, trying to see if he can play that Fear Bomb playstyle. Got some dots rolling into Held Rock with a mind control right after. Actually, I don't know if he did get dots rolling. Touch, having to go for Vampiric Brace right now, trying to get as much value on that shadow damage. But Held Rock going to interrupt him on shadow right now. Touch not looking all that good. It's going to go for a bit of Void Eruption. That's going to keep him afloat. And use to dot up the pets as well. That's going to be Held Rock getting attacked by a Mindbender in the back. But Held Rock not taking any damage. Touch might just have to go for Disperse immediately. No! That's so unfortunate. Because I think he was trying to go life swap, but he didn't get to life swap with somebody. I think he targeted somebody on a mount. I don't think you can life swap people with a mount. I think you got to be dismounted. That's so unfortunate. Life swap is allowed, by the way. That would have been such a good play, too. And Held Rock is going to have to go versus Seavark. Seavark getting hit with a Freezing Trap in the opener. Manic Benders is coming out. No dot. No magical damage from Seavark. Is going to get a pet stun right after. Held Rock trying to grenade Seavark down. Burning through Seavark's shield for quite a bit. Temporal coming out immediately by the mage. Does have another Tempest rolling onto Held Rock. He does go for Coordinated Assault. And he's going to take quite a bit of damage from Seavark. Does get himself Acceleration, but looks like that's not going to do much. Does get an interrupt on Seavark with that Harpoon. Very well played. Predicted Seavark would be continuing to cast this Arcane Missile. Seavark is going to be down for the count for a little bit on that heals He's gonna go for arcane missiles, and Hellrock is gonna go for a little bit of that mending bandage while Turtle Shell is running. It doesn't look like there's an animation, but Turtle Shell is there, trading a freezing trap on the polymorph with Seavark. Very well played. Seavark's health is super low. Hellrock, however, is gonna be fully healed up. It's gonna even dive into camo. Wow, what a survival hunter play right there, dude. I haven't seen a lot of survival hunters in quite a bit ever since, you know, dead. Basically dead. I mean, it's dead. But that's going to be Seavark landing a poly onto the pet. Dampening is not super high, so he still has a plenty of opportunity to come back. Running Crucible as a trade, so he's going to be able to get himself quite a bit of healing. Hellrock making sure to tag him with a bit of dot and a Crucible right after. Look at really juicy Crucible. Straight coming out for Seavark off of that pet stone with a temporal one immediately. He's going to be able to recover quite a bit of health. Does get himself a shield up and running too. And Hellrock is just doing pretty fine right now. After taking so much onslaught from the Archimage, he's doing okay. Making sure to lob the grenades all the way from downtown onto Seavark. But is that going to be good enough? Seavark still having to deal with a pet, and the dot damage from Hellrock is actually whittling down little by little. He is going to have to go for a little bit of self. He might have to go for an invis and get himself some food. Is actually exactly what he's going to do. Got himself invis, not able to get himself food. That's going to be already traps up and running for Hellrock. Going to try to blink it as far as he can away from the hunter, but the Mongoose bites with the aspect of the eagle are still going to make themselves known to Seavark. Going to take a little bit of that damage. And a Crucible to follow right after. Seavark having to use Crucible himself for a little bit of a defense. Going to be more grenades lobbed by Hellrock. Seavark does go down without Ice Block. He does get that last nice mortal Mongoose strike at the end there. Very unfortunate. Who is going to be up next? It's either Valor, but it's either going to be Dirt Nasty, or it's going to be Void Runner. And it looks like it is going to be the Outlaw Rogue Void Runner versus Hellrock. Held, I think he's got down touch, which was pretty easy for him as a Shadow Priest. But for Seavark, he was actually able to play him around quite well, at least for the time being. That's going to be a bit of a freezing trap onto Void Runner. Grenades getting thrown with a stun. Void Runner went for a Blood of the Enemy. Interesting choice with Blood of the Enemy. Mally, I think... No, Mally is not rolling a Void Runner. I was thinking maybe he got him with Mally. Stun onto Hellrock for a second. Does get a parry up and running really early. Hellrock is just going to get himself coordinated assault. Get up a couple of those Crucibles back at Void Runner. Continue assaulting damage. No parry up for Void Runner. Down he goes. Oh my goodness, the short small misplay, but pop and parry so early allowed Hellrock to just take such an advantage over him. Valor getting frozen up, drinking it out of it while wings are up and running, trying to min-max the value of those wings. Hellrock is just going to try to see if he can hold it together. Catamaran getting hit with a Hodge. Just so much damage out of Valor right now. Dropping Hellrock down. He's dropping like a rock right now. Does use Crucible, and I think a bit of a Shadow Mill tried to get away from Valor, maybe with a camo. Doesn't look like it connected in the end. That's going to be Hellrock still continue to hold it on, continue to hold on there for a bit. Valorant is going to have himself a little bit of that extra heal from the Underrot Trinket. Manic Better is coming out for Hellrock. As long as Valorant can maintain some sort of dot on Hellrock, maybe like Crucible him as soon as he goes in for a trap, then he'll have a dot on him at all times. Stun into Valorant. Is he going to bubble it? He doesn't have a human racial or a trinket for a little bit. Shield of Vengeance is up for Valor for a moment. Stun onto Hellrock. Second set of wings for Valor. Could he have enough damage right here? That could be quite huge setup. Hellrock does go feign death. I think he actually immuned most of that damage, like 90% of damage. I believe he does run a talent where when he feign deaths, he removes all the magic effects, but also reduces damage he takes by like 99%. So that was a temporal onto that feign death, unless he might have missed temporaled and hit the pet instead, which would also explain it as well. But Valor has defenses still, but no more offenses. I think he's kind of out of cooldowns for a little bit. Should be maybe about a minute until his wings are really up and running. So now he needs to play a little bit of a longer game. For Hellrock, this is perfect. He has all the sustain in the world, so he should be able to hold on to this win quite well. 5 minutes though, but it's his game to lose at this point, especially against Valor. He does have Bubble and Bob to burn through. But being a survival hunter, you're quite tricky. Second set of wings coming out for Valor. I believe this may be not real wings. Maybe they are. I guess we'll see how long it takes for them to dissipate. Does get hit with the freezing trap on wings, and Hellrock doesn't even go for a combo. Actually gets Valor in a stun just to lob a couple of grenades. Is going to go for a coordinated assault. And Valor, no, that's actual wings. Might have to bubble this here. Does he have any setup at all? And Valor, I believe the pet that Hellrock is running does have the Mortal Strike effect on him. So it's reducing how much healing he does. Constant Mortal Strike effect on an actual to a warrior, while dampening is also rolling in. Does get a bubble off. That's a little bit of healing, but what can he really do? You know what I mean? What can he really do? Actually, was that a... That is a grenade. What, yo, Heldrock, what if a grenade gets stuck in a box? I don't think it's going to get any use out of it. Valor does have a trinket back up. He's going to try to see if he can get a setup onto Heldrock. Does hit him with a Hodge. Second set of wings up and running. After that full main wings, that's going to be maybe a bit of damage, but it looks like he wants to peel away with those wings and maybe catch a heal or two. That was a minute long wings, so I believe it's about a minute from now until he has any more wings damage. So Valor could still maybe do something, but Heldrock, look how healthy he is. He's going to try to see if he can sprint in there with the aspect of the cheetah, chasing after Valor 7 minutes in, 30% damage. But it could be enough in order to put some real pressure onto Valor. Shield of Bandits coming down. But Heldrock actually can... Oh, I was going to say, maybe he could actually let the shield pop because him and the pet would split the damage. But he actually just going to wait it out. Just going to do some pressure, get some pressure rolling into Valor. Got grenades right after. Shield of Bandits pop and is only going to hit his pet. Valor's Underraw Trinket is the only thing that really is keeping him from dying right now. So maybe that trinket is quite huge, like as long as it procs. But it's not really, it doesn't feel like it's been procking a lot. Heldrock not playing the same trinket either, but he's doing just fine without it. Wings are up for Valor, but only has a Blessing of Protection, but Blessing of Protection is not enough. And that's going to be Dirt Nasty. QT up next. Reason Trap immediately trinkets out of it. This man is going to be the tiny terror. Heldrock, however, has been doing just fine. Versus Dirt Nasty. We'll see how well it'll work out. It's going to be Mally running ultra Heldrock. With the Cloak of Shadows coming up for Dirt Nasty, Heldrock actually taking quite a bit of damage. No turtle for 12 seconds. Could be in a bad spot. Evasion is up and running. Heldrock tried to go for a bit of a heal, but down they go. 8 minutes in. Went through the whole team blue. Like everybody left at that point. Thinking that it was game over, but Dirt Nasty came in. He's got all the Vendettas down onto Heldrock. If only could just extend one of the duels just a little longer, he would have gotten Turtle Shell and maybe a full Manning bandages. But that's going to be it for now. Peachy is going to be the next one against the Sass Rogue. After the Sass Rogue is completely dry of cooldowns, it's going to be quite a tough one. Quite a tough one. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. What server is that? Vec Nilash? I've never seen that server. Interesting. Well, who is Vec? Who is Vec and what do they do? Cheap shout onto Peachy. So Dirt Nasty at least going to be able to get all these dots up and running. But him having no evasion, no cloak. I mean... Peachy could literally end this game. No trinket either. That's going to be a full stun. Maybe a maim right after. Blinded to Peachy. He could trinket out of it. But Peachy is going to let this game go for a little bit longer. Dirt Nasty is actually walking away without even trying to sap Peachy. I don't know if that's going to be good for him because Peachy's just going to catch a full reset. Unless he can somehow get himself a restyle. I actually juked out Peachy for just a second. He kept juking him out, forcing Peachy out in the open. So that's going to be an opener by Rogue. Dirt Nasty actually just out sprinted Peachy for quite a bit. Going to be Peachy going into that incarnation, getting that rake stun opener onto Dirt Nasty. Kid the shot to follow by the Rogue. Does get a Mark for Earth and Venom in there. Is that going to be full Vendetta onto Peachy as well? It does not look like it. I'm not seeing skulls emanating from him. Smoke bomb coming out for Dirt Nasty. Trying to see if he can catch a restealth. Peachy getting hit up with a cheap shot, dude. Again, denying Peachy the openers, but Peachy has him on the ropes. Mally rolling. It's actually vanishing. Was it Mally, actually? Might have been a Mally, may have not been. Mally coming out by Dirt Nasty onto Peachy while he's in bear form. Thorns are up. Cloak of Shadows coming out for Dirt Nasty. Peachy just needs just a little bit extra damage and just gets that maul by the bear form. Wow, Heldrock went for a big old 1v4. No healing, just damage and kiting the whole time. Just resets all day. Damn, dude. This is a rental for Vecnash from AQ40. Oh, was it? I had no idea, guys. From thank you for letting me know, dude. The more you know, huh? Alright, boys, let's get another one going, yeah? Let's get another one going. Body count team didn't really get to play. It was really like just Heldrock, wasn't it? It was really just Heldrock. Huh. Maybe we should get him going again. We'll get him going in a bit. We'll get him going in a bit for sure. But we gotta get Ty in here and Boris. Let's get Ty and Boris, and then we could do maybe player and body count. Ty 299. Okay. Let me just write you a message real quick. Cool. So now I just see ya. Cool. So I can see you at least. Invite spectator. Cryzone still need 2 shoulder. Oh, you guys still need 2? Okay, I'll wait for you then. Maybe I'll give you guys like a minute. Okay, once I'll have you, let's have you, if you fill up your group, start jumping. I'll give you about a minute or 2. If you fill up your group, just start jumping. Still need 2. I like how he's, what is it, communicating with me through the pet. Still need 2. Yeah, if you get full, start jumping. If not, I'll get player and Boris against one another. Good body GG's. Yo, Seawork, go for it, my man. Have fun, my dude. Do 5v5 Seawork versus body. Where's Tasty? Tasty's on EU, actually, so Tasty will be around on Friday. But he's been busy, I think. He's either been busy IRL or he's been doing a lot of self-queues. Ghostblade Scout. I never really noticed a Void Elf walking around over there. Does the pet fall apart like that on purpose? Does it always happen? Oh, it must be like a special pet thing. That's kind of cool. Anyone want to help my cause? Yeah, we need 2 more for once. He'll be on an NA Horde. NA Horde group. Alright, when the clock strikes 7:30 for me once, then I'm a queue player on Boris. However, if you start jumping before that, then I'll queue you. That's how I'll know. Just start jumping if you ever get full group. Then I'll queue you. I think these guys are confused. They're like, wait, what is this guy doing out here? Maybe I can fight him, huh? That's so confused. Have a good one, man. Yo, see what I can too, my guy. Meme beaming? What the hell? You got yourself fool? Whoa, like, what the what? You and Affliction Warlock think you can beat once? Dude, this guy's gonna get capped. This guy's gonna get capped. What the hell? Fist of Fury coming down by ones. Dark Angel trying to see if he can hit him with a Haunt, trying to get this ways up and running, but he's karma completely. Looks at the karma, is turning around on a Dark Angel. Doesn't look like he'll be able to do much. Drain life follow, and ones does take him out. I mean, you karma'd yourself, basically. Okay, 7:31. Once. Start jumping if you have people. If I don't see you jumping, if you have 5. Then I'm gonna get Boris in and player. It's okay, my dude. It's okay. Nothing. That's okay. We'll just keep you queuing. We'll just keep you rolling. Man, not being able to be in like chat band or whatever is very unfortunate. Does make communicating a little bit difficult. This Warlock is coming back for more? Why? This Warlock came back for more. You can queue someone else? Gotcha, my dude. That look effortless? It was, because I mean he karma'd. And then the guy dotted him up full. And he was like, oh, why am I dying? Karma. I mean, and then the monk attacking you too. Yeah. Maybe it was a little effortless. I don't know. I'm going to get a monk in 8-3, and maybe monks win PvP will be super easy. But I won't know until I get one up and running, yeah? Either way. 7:32. We are going to extend the stream longer, boys. Switch. Because of the fact that I had to kind of delay the stream a little. Sup, chat? What's up, Ball May? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one, dude. We got ourselves big doinks on Team Blue with Demoniac doing a little bit of a dance, going back to his assassination roots. We also got ourselves Oregon. Whoa. I kind of like the way you look. Look at you, my man. Look at you flexing. You're a Magar too. I love that. We also got Pedro and we got ourselves Soul on Team Red. We got ourselves Avinci with a little bit of that assassination. Dr. Voss. Ooh. Interesting choice. None given, bro. What's up, my dude? Is that Beast Mastery? Maybe. P Blood and Theld. How's it going, boys? Pedro going up first versus a rogue. Avinci getting hit with a Sab Garrote in the opener. It's going to be a bash on Pedro, trying to see if he can turn around damage onto Avinci. Going to be a trick out of the rogue with a bit of a kidney shot. Double Crucible onto Pedro. Should be quite a bit of damage with a Maledict to follow. Trying to see if he can close out the game in the opener. It's actually going to let the Mallet do work. That's going to be Cloak of Shadows coming out for Avinci, trying to do damage through all those thorns. Pedro still not looking all that good. Still holding on to Trinket. Is going to trick it out of the blind immediately. Avinci could go for evasion right now. Does not have a Cloak of Shadows to deal with the thorns. Try to see if he can shadow step past Pedro. Try to see if he can keep the poisons on Pedro as best as possible, but he's dipping down in health quite a bit. Evasion is up and running. Pedro is on his last wall available. Kidney shot is going to be into wall though. Vendetta is up and running for Avinci. Should be a lot of damage. Pedro no longer with the wall up and running into a Vanish Cheap Shot right now. Pedro getting one shot here by the Assassination Rogue, and that might be the end to that man's career. With a Crucible to follow. Oregon not letting the Rogue catch a reset. Dragon kicking just to see if he can catch up to him. Avinci does have a Mark for Death ready for the guy, but not going to be able to do anything off of it. Got the dots up and running, maybe. Trying to get some Phantom Knives. Leg super to Avinci, no Trinket available. Wall coming out for Oregon. Is going to get a Touch of Death rolling onto Avinci. No Vanish available. Is going to get a Kidney Shot onto Oregon. He's not shrinking it. Touch of Death is going to take down on you for quite a bit of damage. Avinci popping in Smoke Bomb. Trying to see if maybe somehow he can find himself. Bit of a reset. Slow onto Oregon right after him. I'm just looking just to get away from him, if possible. No evasion, no nothing. Doesn't have any defensives. He can feint some of this damage and maybe continue to use Crucible himself. Sprinting out of there, might actually be able to get away. No, Oregon catches him with a slow Fist of Fury barrage. Safety trigger coming out for Vinci. Very last defensive available. Get a shot onto Oregon. Looking like he's not going to trinket out of it. And eventually finally gets himself a little bit of line of sight. In cap right before he can catch himself a resell. That's going to be disarmed to fall right after. Vinci just can't do anything right now. But he's not dead yet. He is maintaining himself a bit of a heal. He is using Crucible defensively. Shadow Step into Dr. Voss there. And that's going to be some vivifies for Oregon. Vinci might be able to catch a reset. Does not get it. Oregon making sure to get in. Full stun on the whole enemy team. But that's because Vinci ran into the team. That's going to be tricky for Vinci. Trying to continue getting slows into Oregon with the Crucible right after. Finally might be able to get himself a bit of a reset. Kidney shot onto Oregon. Looking just to get out of combat. You're just looking to walk out of there like nothing happened. Not gonna happen. Cheap shot by Oregon onto Oregon as he closes in back into Vinci. No stuns available. Does Vinci have a trinket? It's a 2-minute mark. Might have a blind for Oregon soon. Is gonna hit him with a Mally, however. Oregon gonna reverse it down with the Karma. Vinci could cloak a shadows if they wanted to. Blind onto Oregon. Force a trinket out of the Orc. Or Maga Orc. And Vinci still super low. Evasion's back up. Cloak of Shadows available as well. There's gonna be disarmed though. Can't even do anything with those. Is going to vanish out of there. Oregon almost finds the top of him. Almost got the dragon kick to slow him down. Eventually just outlasted. He literally lived for 2 minutes. He literally lived against this Maga Orc for what felt like 2 minutes. Oregon picking up eyes immediately, but eventually is way out on the other side of the pillar. My God, how did you survive that long? And Oregon having to go find him again. It does have a little bit of faster movement speed, if anything, so I guess it does help him. But now it's going to be a monk without a karma, only with a wall. Dampen harm available if anything's go bad. No trinket. So eventually could have a vendetta for it, unless you already used the vendetta. Which you might have already... No, there goes a vendetta. There goes a big damage right now. Oregon is going to have to pop defenses here left and right. He's actually going to try to catch up to Vinci. Vinci does not want to get damage turned around on him. Oregon making sure to reheal himself into a leg super to Vinci. Is going to go for more damage. Touch of death coming down. No advantage available here. No defenses available. Vinci put yourself in a bad spot. Yet again, the touch of death is going to tick down on you for quite a bit. And now you're back on the run. You're a bandit on the run while Oregon tried to see if he can close out the game. No trinket available for that killing shot. Vinci still playing very defensive. How are you alive, Vinci? I don't understand how you're still alive. I don't, and he actually caught a reset. My God, Oregon. I think Oregon might be pretty new with like fresh gear, so he doesn't really have enough damage to really close out this game. That could be it, honestly. But Vinci, I don't know what he's doing. Maybe Vinci is just super tanky right now all of a sudden. Maybe it's a trinket that he's playing, for all we know. He doesn't look like he's getting like any crazy healing, besides whenever he actually uses healing-based abilities. Oregon dipping quite low. Does have karma if things go bad. Trying to catch Vinci in a Fist of Fury does land it. Shadow Step coming out for Vinci, however. It's going to pre-feint some of this damage. That's going to be karma coming out for Oregon. Trying to min-max the damage of that karma into Vinci. Is going to trick out of the blind into a stun into Vinci. He does have trinket back up if needed. Oregon did use trinket a little bit early. Next time Vinci has a full stun for Oregon. This could be the game. He's just trying to wait it out. Mally onto Oregon. Evasion up and running to deal with the Fist of Fury. Oregon not going to have any heals at all. Trying to heal as much as he can right now. Getting a shot to follow. Does Vinci have enough damage? Same tricking out for Oregon. Might be able to save him here, actually. Big Envenom out of Vinci. Vanish Sheep Shot to follow. Does have a Garrote right after. Oregon does not have heals. And Vinci turned it around onto the monk. Just completely turned it around on the guy. And Soul is going to be up next. Looking to pick up the eye and just find Vinci early. So maybe tag him out. If he can get him with a Frost Fever, that should be good. That's a long dot. But that's a Frost Mage, Frost DK. So that's going to be quite a bit of damage that he has to really go for. That's going to be sprint for Vinci. Is going to be able to get away from the DK every time. Trying to find him, not going to be able to. Vinci looking pretty clean right now. Dude, that was so close for Oregon, man. He had it in the bag and just... I feel like trinketing that blind was like the end game. That was a game settler. That was so tough. That was tough to watch. I was so rooting for the guy too and everything, man. Getting a shot onto Soul. Does get himself a trinket with and a bit of an AMS rolling stun onto Vinci right now. Blood of the enemy. Trying to see if he can make a big blood of the enemy play work here. Throwing a bunch of snowballs. Trying to get all those crits up to Vinci. Doing quite a bit of damage with a big old breath from the sky. Soul tried, I guess, to play a bit of a weird playstyle for Frost DK. And trying to maintain the dot rolling into Vinci. Just trying to keep away from the guy though. What the? Why are you hitting with Howling Blast? That doesn't do that much damage though. That does so very little damage. Getting a shot onto Soul. He does have a BF if he wants to. eventually is going to be able to get himself a little bit of dots rolling into him and sprint out of there. Interesting choice by Soul. So he had what? He had a Dragon Strike. He has a mini Drake whenever he pops Pillar to increase his mastery and do some frost damage. He also has a massive Dragon Strike too, with Blood of the Enemy. I think he was trying to go for Blood of the Enemy, a big setup, get himself the stamina buff from Ice Citadel, and then have himself Pillar Frost on top of it. So it's like a 3,000. I guess in PvP it's like almost 2,000-ish, roughly 2,000 if you have best gear. 2,000 strength plus at least 10% strength buff or 15% strength buff with Pillar of Frost. Maybe that's what he was trying to do, is get a big ol' all-in. I miss that from Frost Death Knights. But that Vendetta is going to melt you right now, Soul. Does get himself a bit of an IBF. Does have a death pack. You could use it a little bit early. The dots are going to rot down your health. But if you can live out those necrotics, you might be good enough, man. You might be in a good enough position. But I don't really know. Eventually does get clipped by that Remorseless Winter. The stab doesn't last on Soul, but he actually took his hands off the keyboard for a second. Into a Garou, cheap shot to follow. That's going to be Crucible out of Vinci. Try to see maybe if he can land a kidney shot onto Soul. Shadow Step and pass him with an Venom with a Crucible right after. And Vinci does take him out. Big Doinks is up next. Going to be going versus Vinci with a leg sweep immediately. No trinket available for Vinci. Does have advantage for this one though. That's going to be a bit of a Fist of Fury. Does cloak a Shadows this. I don't know if he really needed to cloak it, but he's going to go for advantage immediately. Maybe he's still dots rolling from Soul, which would make sense for him to cloak to make sure that the advantage does not break. But that's going to be Touch of Death that did no damage. So for Big Doings, that was quite a lot of pressure, but that did force out of an advantage out of Vinci. So next time he goes for it, he won't have to deal with it, at the very least. Only PvEers will be successful in these item level PvE effects. Is everything? You think so? How you doing, by the way, Sashimi? Hope you're having a good one, my man. What's feeling trying to get into these, not being able to? Man, sorry about it, Texan. It is a little bit, it is 7:41 though, so it is a little bit late into the night, but I did kind of end up delaying the stream a little. Mally rolling up onto Vinci after that disarm, Fist of Fury surrounding him. Vinci is going to Shadow Step, Kidney Shot, Big Doinks. He does have a trick if things really ever go bad, with a Crucible to follow right after. Slowing down Vinci, trying to keep him rooted for a second into a leg sweep right now. Vinci does not have a way out of it. Big Whirling Dragon Punch to follow, and Big Doinks just sees enough pressure to force a win onto Vinci. Satan Tricky coming out for the Rogue. A 25% dampen. He does not hold for long though. With the Fist of Fury trying to see if he can barrage him down. Crucible defense coming out for Vinci. And Big Doinks trying to cut him off with a bit of a roll. Trying to see if he can just kill him with those blackout kicks. But he's not going to be able to do it. And it looks like Vinci is going to walk out of there scot-free. Smoke Bomb coming out to get himself a little bit of line of sight. Does not get it. Big Doinks should have enough finishing power here. Into a disarm onto Vinci. He does get himself evasion rolling. If he can live long enough for Vanish, he might have himself an exit out of here, but he's looking to get offensive with Big Doinks. They have a Shadow Step, Kidney Shot to follow. Does Shadow Step, no Kidney Shot yet, low on health, and finally going to be a jab that takes him out in the end. Dr. Voss is going to be up next as an Archimage versus Big Doinks. Is going to get him in a slow, going to get knocked up for a second though, and Dr. Voss is going to try to blink away with some slows rolling onto Big Doinks. The Doctor is in, boys. Got himself a temporal rolling arcane missiles into Doinks' face. Not going to get an interrupt there. It's going to pour it away, but that's going to be a blink from the Doctor. Trying to see if he can get a couple of casts in. Did he actually juke out an interrupt into a leg sweep trinket? That's going to be a bit of a tiger's loss for Doinks to stay on a Doctor though. Getting super hyper offensive as his cooldowns are coming back into Touch of Death. Probably going to be an ice block out of Doctor. Doesn't want to die to the Touch of Death immediately. Not playing that Fire Mage in order to have that Cauterize available for him. And Big Doinks already has his images up and running. Big kick as soon as it comes down. What a timing. Doinks has such a hard time against Vinci, but with Doctor, I mean, just look at him. Look at that man right there. He actually just dismantled him. Gonna be a big opener by P-Blood with a Shadowy Blades. Hit him with Incap. Tricky coming out right now. Trying to see if he can maximum damage on the Big Doinks. He is playing Oryx. The cheap shots are not going to be there for too long. Into a disarm onto P-Blood. Looking to get Crucibles up and running onto Big Doinks. Shadow stepping away, but it's going to get caught in that Fist of Fury. Evasion coming out for P-Blood. So Doinks is forcing a lot of cooldowns out of Blood. He needs to wait until the next stun DRs are off, and P-Blood might be able to maximize the value. Mally rolling, but it's actually going to get reflected to P-Blood, who is going to cloak it immediately. So Doinks is not going to have to worry about his health being recovered in a bad way with a Maledic absorbing majority of it. One big leg sweep is actually getting P-Blood. Oh my god, P-Blood with a leg sweep into Fist of Fury. Kept chasing after the Rogue through that Vantage Blood. Should have probably swapped around in the other direction immediately. Doinks just committed with those fists in a direction. That's all he needed. None given. I think it's going to be Beastmaster Hunter unless he's Marksman for... No, he is Beastmaster. Look at that pet. Wait, maybe that's a... Maybe that's a Marksman? Oh no, it has to be Beastmaster pet. Yeah, as soon as you see him get into Bestial Wrath, you know what's up. It is going to go for about survival of the fittest, trying to see if he can be the fittest compared to Doinks with a mallet rolling on him. Karma coming out for Doinks. None given is going to turtle shell past this Karma, trying to deny any damage / healing for big Doinks. He needs to get himself a lot of healing. None given. Should be sprinting around the pillar, but looks like he's actually going to let the pet do a little bit of damage to Doinks. Dampening is at 43, so the Hunter could kind of let the pet take bites out of big Doinks for a little bit. He could let it do that for a bit, but the best opportunity is going to be to get on top of him, letting the pet get beefed up, kill Command's attacking while kiting Doinks away from the pillar. And that's exactly what he's going to try to do. Get a little bit of that concussive shot rolling. In cap onto None Given. Touches death to follow. Freezing trap immediately connected with Doinks. And as long as None Given might be able to feign death this, he might take no damage from a touch of death. Looks like he's not going to go for feign death. Touch of death did 0 damage basically. It did some, but compared to how much potential he could and how threatening it usually is, it did nothing. Doink's going to get himself a bit of a vivify. None given. Should be using the fact that way he is to kite Doinks in the other direction. Like, look, he can go on the right side of the pillar. Doinks is going to go on the left side where that trap is. It's trying to see if he can disengage away from the guy. Enter concussion. Doinks getting a slow into None given. Getting the stun up and running. Bestial Wrath taking a global. Not given opportunity to get the damage in. It's going to be a big of a leg sweep onto None given as Doinks trying to max out the damage into a disarm to None given. Kill Command is still going through. Doinks is still in a bad spot. Walling it up. Fist of Fury trying to parry as much damage as he can from None given. Trying to roll away. But that Kill Command seal his life and None given ends up winning that duel as a hunched over Mago Orc with Demoniac up next. Last man standing on Team Blue, getting hit with the freezing trap immediately. Having to go for Crucibles defensively. Should probably get the pet up and running. Mallet rolling onto None given. Does not have a single defensive yet. He can't. Whoa, he actually was able to use Feign Death to remove the Maledic effect completely. But still, Demoniac does get the damage in there with Crucibles back to back. And now it's going to be Demoniac versus the last man standing on Team Red, which is held. Demoniac did not have to commit a lot of damage there, just a Crucible or two. That's about all he needed. Are they going to go for that honor duel in the middle with a bow? It looks like maybe Demoniac's trying to approach it. Looks like Theld wants to go for it. It's going to be the last one, dude. Team Red or Team Blue, you got your champions. Demoniac, the Rogue, the Assassin versus Theld and Orcus Monk. It's going to be a duel, probably the longest duel if these guys play the super safe and super well, but we'll see how they go about it. Demoniac, I believe, still playing Relentless, so he is going to sit CC, but he's not going to sit CC a little bit less for Theld. If CC is going to be one of his biggest priorities, like in-cap, not lasting all too long. Lexi is probably going to last quite a bit. Should have advantage for it. Probably should have gotten Touch of Death on the in-cap, but it looks like Demoniac is not popping a single cooldown there just to vanish. So all that burst potential gone. So Demoniac still has all the defensive he needs to deal with his Theld. Trying to heal up, but dampening 59%, not letting him do that much healing. Sap coming out for Demoniac to keep Theld from healing. He's going to get himself reverse harm for a second though. Kid the shot onto Theld. He does trinket it immediately. Demoniac still able to get himself quite a bit of dot damage on Theld. And looking like he wants to walk away from Fists. Actually going to evasion on those Fists. Maintaining the poisons onto Theld. He's going to try to see if he can remove those poisons. But the wound poison does connect still. Theld trying to see if he can dispel it as best as possible. Those Vivifies are going to heal. But they're going to be heavily reduced because the poisons are still on Theld. Finally was able to take those poisons off, but without a trinket, Theld puts himself in a terrible position. If Demoniac has Vendetta, this could be game into a kidney shot. Gonna get those dots up and running. Looks like Demoniac is gonna get himself a nice poison bomb proc. Karma coming out for Theld. There's gonna be a blind for Demoniac. Whoa, somehow still breaking the Karma, or breaking the blind either way. Theld able to get a stun onto Demoniac. Can he capitalize on that somehow? Sage Chicken coming out for Demoniac. Does have a Cloak of Shadows. Does have a Vendetta rolling onto Theld, but Theld does hit him with a bit of a Rising Sun kick in the end. How did that blind break is my biggest question, because somehow it did. I don't really know how. If that blind did not break, that would have been game. But that was very well done. Theld took the opportunity as soon as he could and got it going. I like that though. I like that. Alright boys, do we have any more groups up and running? Hit me up with a message if you still have a group for 5V5 1v1 Duels. Let me know, boys. Let me know, boyos. I want to see. I'm the best druid on ED NA. Emerald Dream? Or is that erectile dysfunction? I'm best druid with the ED. I'm sorry to hear that, my man. I want to play. There's no groups. Why? Is there no groups? I want to see if there's a groups on NA. There might not be any. Wait. Oh, there was one earlier, but I guess it's gone for Alliance. But Horde might have one or two. Yo, boys, let me know if you got any groups up and running right now. If you have any people on Real ID. If not, that's fine. That's perfectly okay. I'm just wondering if anybody's still making any. Love your streams, dude. Keep up the good work. Aloha. What's up, dude? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one, my dude. Would like to take part of the shows, but I need more practice. I'm a warrior fire mage. Yo, Ixina, you're more than welcome to. Always welcome. Finally did full Dragon Soul solo, and I got the Nixia Drake today. Dragon Soul, isn't that the raid with Deathwing? I don't think you get a Nixia from that one. You get a different Drake, but not a Nixia. I'm pretty sure you got one of those two confused. Back to Elvin. Alright, man, sounds good. Can I get you on Real ID? Dalaran hashtag 1340. I take forever to get people on Real ID though. I get so many invites, it's not even funny. Do you ever do EU? I do, Alex. Fridays. If you go into chat, if you go into the description of every single live stream, I do have a schedule. It's like a rough schedule. But Friday is always EU day. Saturday is always NA day unless something comes up. But yes, Fridays are always for the EU. Same time as this stream. Actually, it would start 3 hours from now. Today I had to go a little bit longer because I had to start later. Holidays and all. You know. I did an extra layer. Nice. Congratulations, my man. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. I thought you got it. I was saying you got it from Dragon Soul. Okay, I got confused there. Yeah. You doing live this time tomorrow? Every day except Thursday, boys. Every day except Thursday. We're doing greatness here. We gotta hang. I'm just hanging out with a great community, man. That's all I'm doing. I'm just hanging out with an amazing fucking community. That's all I do here, boys. That's all I do. What the hell is this guy doing? Level 62 and he picked up something on the floor? Oh, he's doing like a fishing quest or something, isn't he? Dude, I have not seen somebody do a fishing quest like that before. I didn't know there was a fishing quest here. This man is just straight up fishing on WoW. Wow. You fish, Lokeson. You fish, my dude. Level 62, but don't worry about it getting to 120. Dude, I cannot wait until they do a level squish in Shadowlands. I cannot wait. I'm actually super excited about it. I'm super hyped. Super hyped. What'd you ask Santa for Christmas? Sashimi, I don't really know, man. I'm really bad at gifts. I'm really bad at Christmas gifts, man. Like, for me. I love getting people gifts, but when people ask me, what do you want? I'm like, I never really have a good answer ever. I don't know. I think, like, realistically, I probably would want, like, a different headset. Because I have this USB headset, but I would want, like, that plugs into, like, audio jack. Sometimes I have this headset, like, it's like a static sometimes, so I have to unplug it and plug it back in. It happens rarely, but it's like, it's very comfortable. So I would want, like, a very same style, but, like, just so it's not a USB style, USB plug-in. You know what I mean? Yeah. I created an alliance group for Duels. It's okay if we got any. 2 new on my team. Boris got a group, but nobody else got any. It's okay, boys. We'll call it here. We had ourselves a good set of Duels, and we did go into a little bit later than usual. The Blizzard says so about how legacy content will be after level squish. So they said that for leveling, you will be able to basically get to level 10, which is the level for the introduction zone, or you can do the new introduction quest. And you'll be able to choose an expansion through which you want to level. You have to level through one expansion. You'll have to level through just one expansion. BC, Wrath, Cataclysm, Mob, Wrath, or Legion, or BFA. One expansion level through, from start to end, through the full story of that expansion, and then you get to play Shadowlands. So it'll do like scaling technology, like how to do time walk and stuff, but it'll scale all of it. But yeah, I think they will have like certain level intervals for like BC, Wrath, and all of them. Or maybe they'll have the world scale to you. So if you do want to go like do a little bit of BC, do a little bit of Wrath, a little bit of BFA, a little bit of Legion, everything will scale to your level. So they'll basically apply scaling to everything. So after level 10, if you want to just Wrath the whole time, you could do Wrath the whole time. So they want to shorten the leveling, but also let you play your favorite parts. And instead of making you play like parts here, part here, part here, let you play the full expansion from start to end. And there you go, that's a leveling experience. So if you play through the full story of an expansion, that's it. So it should be fairly quickly across all expansions. I think they'll make certain quests take more XP, certain quests take less XP, or maybe they'll redo it to make sure there's a change to the story. You know how when you open your tag and usually there's like a main quest story right here for like the zone, right? Like the zone of Zuldazar, and you have like a main story. I think what they will do is they'll have that for every zone and every expansion, like complete the quest story quest for I don't know, what are the Wrath zones again? I don't know them that well. I don't know if it's Howling Fjord. But let's say you start in Borean Tundra. Let's say like Borean Tundra will have like this. Yeah, look. You complete the story quests for Borean Tundra, and they'll probably have quests that chain together a little bit better. So you complete Borean Tundra, you complete Dragonblight, and they'll chain better to one another. Like, so make sure your main quest, there's side stuff, but it'll make sure to let you know what's the next quest and where you need to go. So you'll go through, let's say, Borean Tundra, then you'll go into Dragonblight, then you'll go into Zul'Farrak, or if you want to start with Grizzly Hills instead, or Grizzly Hills, maybe they'll make Howling Fjord into Grizzly Hills if you're like Horde or either way. So then go into Zul'Farrak, then go into Arathi Basin for a bit, and they'll probably make like a thing where you can teleport to Arathi Scholars Basin easy or something. And then you go to Icecrown, and then you go to Storm Peaks, or Storm Peaks then Icecrown. Or maybe it'll be like Borean Tundra, Dragonblight, Zul'Farrak, Icecrown, or Howling Fjord, Grizzly Hills, Scholars Basin, Storm Peaks. So like you'll have like a quest chain, like Alliance or Horde, or if you start here, you'll have Storm Peaks end. If you start here, you'll probably end in Icecrown. I don't know. They'll do something. That's all we know. But they'll have a specific story. And if you like go through all Pandaria, if you go through all the zones of Pandaria from the Jade Forest into the Vale of, not the Vale, but the Four Winds. Let me look it up what it's called actually, because I remember playing Pandaria. That was a cool expansion. In terms of the looks, it was a very nostalgic. Jade Forest into... Oh, it is the valley. This is the valley, not the Vale, because the Vale is up above. You go to Jade Forest on the valley, then Kunlai Summit, Toweling Steps, and Dread Waste, and you finish there in max level. I think that'd be pretty cool. Sorry, Ounce. Sorry, it didn't really work out, my guy. I had mine. You had mine... You had group. Rapid anyone had group. Yeah, that's all good. Yeah, I had mine. I just couldn't whisper. You had your group. It's okay, boys. It's 7:56. I think it's about time to end the stream here. I gotta get some food in me anyway. We end up streaming a little bit later, not longer, but later than I usually do. But I'll come back with a normal schedule tomorrow. Little leveling of share. Like, if you want to level through Cataclysm, they'll let you level through Cataclysm. I message you on YouTube. Messaging for YouTube doesn't quite I'm dead. Messaging for YouTube... Oh, I'm dead, actually. Yeah, I'm actually dead. Wait, you died too? No, you didn't. You're actually alive. But it's one of your images that died, I think. But yeah, YouTube Messenger isn't all that good. Discord messages would probably be faster to hit me up with. Twitter, I check from... I think Discord is the fastest method to get me, man. So if you just DM me on Discord, that'll probably be the fastest way of going about it. Whoa, you could just scroll it down like that? I didn't know you could do that. What? I didn't know you could do that. What the fuck? I could have been more organized. But it's okay, boys. We're going to call the stream here. We had ourselves a lot of games and a lot of fun either way. Next week, we do have again Friday, EU, Saturday, NA. All you're welcome to join in. And I will make sure to be on schedule next time, alright? Today was just today I could have definitely done a little bit more work and spend a little bit more time with videos and whatnot. But I really wanted to get my Shaman Blood of the Enemy. Now I got Blood of the Enemy rank 2. I still got to finish that PvP Island quest for Blood of the Enemy rank 1 to get Blood of the Enemy rank 2. But if I could just grind out to Blood of the Enemy rank 3 for tonight and tomorrow, I think it'd be possible. Anyway, boys, appreciate all of you so much for coming by. And I'll see you in the next stream. Alrighty, boys. Hope you guys having a good one. We will be streaming all of next week. Still day off Thursday. I think Wednesday is the day for Christmas, but I don't know if we'll be streaming or not, but we'll see. Most likely will, but we'll see. Thank you all. I'll see you next stream. Peace.